What's going on, everyone? Welcome into another Forward Progress live watch along right here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel, presented by Fanduel. Tonight is a brutal game. Let's call it out for what it is. It's the Saints, it's the Broncos, but guess what? We can bet on it. Full disclosure, I hate doing this, but I want people to know what I'll be rooting for over the course of the game. I bet the Broncos earlier this week. If I didn't have a bet on the game, I'm probably not betting Broncos now. This was a timing play. Hitman had released the Broncos. Hitman's on in the fourth quarter tonight, so we'll be cheering together. It's not to pat myself on the back, but for full disclosure, that's what I'm going to be rooting for tonight. And it was purely predicated on the amount of injuries that were shaping up for the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, Derek Carr out, but Chris Olave. Then we got the Rashid Shaheed knee injury. Taysom Hill is out again. They're down to third string center. Lucas Patrick starting at center. Cesar Ruiz out at right guard. Kalen Saunders out on the D-line. Pete Warner out on defense. It's really tough for the New Orleans Saints. On top of that, I'm not here to say that they got bad quarterback play last week. I'm not about that. Spencer Rattler, he did some good, but ultimately he has a long time processing the field. And behind a bad O-line, without your top two receiving weapons, I think that's a real problem. So I've bet Denver tonight. The number is the number now. It's game time. We're 10 minutes away. Not much left to do there. In a similar manner, I tell you guys about this all the time. These games that have a lot of uncertainty, two wide receivers out on the New Orleans side of things, that creates betting opportunities. I think the best way to attack these types of games is to bet alternate numbers, or like this would be a good SGP game, in my opinion, where you can put together some combinations that might make sense. I don't love this game from a props perspective. I'm not a props expert. I'm coming off a bad week in betting props, and I don't put as much time into it as guys like Hitman do. This is not my bread and butter. Predicting what's going to happen next, I have a general idea of what that's going to be, but by no means am I strong enough to bet these. Because of that, I'll tell you what my edges are, but I want you to know, in all sincerity, I have not bet these because I just don't trust it. What I want tonight is to cheer for Denver. What I want tonight is to watch the game and watch how the Denver running back situation plays out in real time, because there's a lot of talk about Audric Estime. I hope I'm even saying his name properly. But that's it. The props that I would like. On the Saints side, I think Foster Moreau is a little bit low in his yardage totals and his receiving totals. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of Juwan Johnson in the game, but Foster Moreau should see enough snaps, in my opinion, to be worthy of a bet on the over here, especially since they just lack the depth at receiver now with their top two out. It's Mason Tipton, Bob Means, Cedric Wilson, Equanimous St. Brown. I think you do see a lot of two tight end sets for the Saints. Foster Moreau, to me, is a little bit low. I know there's a lot of hype in the chat. P-Mert, I see you. Bub Means, Torrey Taylor, Bubba to the moon, Clayton Lee. If I was going to bet Bub Means overs, I would do it in receiving yardage. I kind of like the under on receptions. Again, full disclosure, didn't bet it. I'm just telling you where I spit out edges here in case you want a tail. Also, Lucas Krull, tight end for the Denver Broncos, over 1.5 receptions plus money. Tough game to handicap overall. Those are the three looks that the prop model spit out for me. Obviously, Adam Troutman is there, so we're looking at both backup tight ends in Lucas Krull and Foster Moreau, but I think you see two tight end sets pretty consistently here. But most importantly, Bung Magoo sent me his play. Bung Magoo has been on an absolute heater. Absolute heater. Now, don't go hard on this. Don't overextend yourself. I really do believe in responsible gaming principles. That comes for you too, Fezzik. I know you're in here for the Bung Magoo play. We do know. Bung Magoo pivoted last minute because he cares about you, Nails. He truly cares. He said, I didn't want to give out a prop that I already bet that moved a bunch, which is true. He sent one to me this morning. So he switched it up on us. He's going Bo Nix over 18.5 completions, minus 114 at Fanduel. Every QB the Saints have played this year cruise past this number. Bo has hit it in all but one game this season. That was against a very stingy Jets secondary. Bung Magoo going Bo Nix over 18.5. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. Let's ride with Bung. He's hot. I don't actually really believe in hot and cold. But you know what? At least we got a prop to bet before the game. I rode with you, Bung. I bet that. FanDuel obviously didn't care that I bet that. They didn't move the line on me betting that. But maybe us collectively as Nails will move the line. All right, Jason, you can hop in here. We're going to build an SGP before the show starts today. I actually don't even really know what to build. By the way, you mentioned this to me off air.
Mm-hmm.
It's an all-time shittiest sweat to have.
But it's the worst bet. But if we're going to have to do a full 3-hour stream around this game with a total of 36.5, total of 36.5, how can we not look towards the no touchdown in the game market? 50-1. 50-1 feels like incredibly, I don't want to say wrong to me, but very, very long for what we should have in store for us. You mentioned to me, though, you're afraid of the defense. I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
Like bad defenses.
I don't hate the bet. Listen, it's something to root for. 50-1, no touchdown in the game. It's something to root for.
Last week, I placed a no sweat same game parlay.
Yeah.
I lost it. So I have a no sweat token. That's where my no sweat token is going. So
yes. I can't say it's like a calling our shot EV plus bet on this one, but it's a bet. It's a bet nonetheless.
It's a bet we can make.
Okay, if you're playing at FanDuel right now and you want to play an anytime touchdown, I saw Ecoles put it in the chat, but Mason Tipton is plus 950 at FanDuel. That is like egregiously the best number in market. Like the rest of the rec books, plus 550, plus 480. Mason Tipton is your guy if you want an anytime touchdown. I honestly don't like this market for anytime touchdowns. We're going to find some stuff in game tonight. I promise you that. But when the total is this low and you're betting into a market this high hold, it's challenging to find someone. Mason Tipton, plus 950 at FanDuel. If we're looking at other props altogether, and listen, I love to support our show sponsors, FanDuel. If you're thinking about betting Cortland Sutton over on receiving yards, do that at FanDuel as well. 45.5 minus 110, best number in market by far. Cortland Sutton over on receiving yards. I like to highlight these for you guys again. I highlight them using BetStamp Pro. It's a great product. You can reach out to BetStamp on Twitter if you want to get set up with a demo for that. Ryan says this could be a no TD game. Listen, I want to win money, but I think I would rather lose just so Jason can't gloat about that one, personally. Listen, okay, PGP, go ahead, Jason.
Okay, so I talked to Bung Magoo about this. I'm going to make some slight changes, but he actually messaged. I didn't talk to him about this. I built this before I talked with Bung about it. He messaged me saying, I'm really feeling the quick drive props, the quick bets. And he told me first drive, both teams to have a punt. So both teams to punt on the first drive.
Okay.
And now I'm going to add a little bit of a sprinkle in there.
No trust in the scripted plays from Joe Lombardi and Kubiak as well. No trust in the
Kubiak
script.
looks scary, but I feel
Clint
like
Kubiak and Joe Lombardi, scripted plays. We're betting against them.
We're betting against them. And I'm going to, because I want to make this a 3-legger, I'm going to add in, Suma put me onto this one, which I actually really liked. It is the player, where is it? First quarter props. There we are. First quarter receiving yards. I need to find, there he is, Bub Means. First quarter receiving yard, Bub Means. We're going to go 5+. 520 to 1. Gross bet. It's the,
okay.
How do I say this? The 2 pump chump bet, the I finish early bet, the I have no stamina bet.
Got it. One of those.
What I'm getting at. Yeah, one of those.
The old premature bet.
Premature bet. That's the word.
The old premature bet.
So we're looking for a little bit of a premature winnings there. So yeah, both teams to punt, and then Bub Means 5+ yards. Stick your probably should find.
Bung is very clear he did not play this, by the way. He wants to be stricken from this altogether.
But we did discuss the 2 punts. We did discuss the 2 punts. And yeah, if you have that profit boost available, the SGP boost, 50% SGP boost, there you go. There it is.
Yeah. When the game starts, when we're looking for Denver Broncos drives, we want to see if Audric Estime gets into the game early, because that's been talked about a lot this week. If he's not listed at the book you're playing at, the immediate reaction, I think, would be to bet Jaleel McLaughlin unders in real time, or even Javonte Williams.
I think I don't know exactly how this is going to work out, Rob, but I'm pretty sure like Audric Estime to Javonte Williams is more so of a thing versus Jaleel McLaughlin to Audric Estime. It's going to be like,
well, am I going to trust your opinion, or am I going to trust Hitman's opinion?
Trust Hitman. Okay, trust Hitman.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's the, I can't say prop king because that's infringement on Nick Costos, but he's like the prop prince or something like that.
Yeah, but he's not the inverse correlation king. That's the biggest.
He is not the inverse correlation king. Yeah, and we'll try to find an in-game SGP as well. Did you end up using the pickup line on the barber this week?
I haven't seen. I got my haircut a week ago, guys. What are we talking about here? How often do you think I get my haircut?
No, I know, but you said we were gonna use the Monday Night Football pickup line.
No, we said Thursday Night Football was going to be the pickup line day, but
we got a great one on Monday Night Football. I don't remember what it was, but it was really good.
What it was too. If anyone remembers, it'd be
yeah. If anyone remembers, please put that back in the chat, because it was a really good one. It was a really good one. Okay. If I was building an SGP today, I would probably build it around. You know what? Do we do the inverse on Bub Means? Like the old under receptions over receiving yards for old Bub?
I don't hate that. I also think Devon Vell, that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
He might be a look too, because he's only played two games for this team and has, I think, 14 targets from Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Like, he got the ball quite a bit, and he could be a sneaky. He had a big gain last game, but he could be a sneaky over receptions, under receiving yards guy. Sneaky. I don't know. He's built like a tight end. I have no idea about him. That's all the brain is leading me to.
TA is big on him tonight. Cleve TA is big on him tonight as well. There's a lot to do here. This is the game, though. I think that you just play around with alts, and you go low risk to win something big. Honestly, because there's, if anyone is telling you that they know how the Saints receiver core is going to play out in this game, they don't know. I mean, no. Tipton, Means, Wilson, St. Brown. You got double tight end sets with Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau. You got Alvin Kamara's banged up. You don't know how much run he gets. There's so much that could be impacted in this game. Broncos are a little bit more set, but the running back situation is intriguing, and it's a short week as well. Yeah. Vele, by the way, is how is roasting you.
Fair. I mean, I'll allow the roast for my pronunciation. What was it last week? Was it?
I don't remember.
Can't remember now.
It was bad.
It
was really bad. Whatever. Listen, I've mispronounced a million names in history as well. Reminder to everyone before we get this. Chenault, yes, Laviska Chenault. He said Chenault about a million times. It's Chenault. Reminder to everyone out there, smash that like button down below. Even if you hate Penn State, and I went to watch a game a couple weeks ago. I bought a hoodie. I'm going to get my use out of it. I'm a Buckeyes fan. This is embarrassing for me to wear, but I'm in it. Smash the like button down below. Make sure you're subbed here on Forward Progress. And of course, Bet the NFL season on Fanduel, America's #1 sportsbook. We're big fans of Fanduel here on the program. It's a great product. They're very fair to all types of bettors, and the in-game options are unreal as well. Right now, all customers get a profit boost every single NFL game day. That means you can pump up your gridiron winnings multiple times a week. Tonight, we got the No Sweat SGP plus a 30% profit boost token as well. If you're tailing our plays in real time, make sure that you use the No Sweat SGP or the profit boost token as well. FanDuel has tons of ways you can get in on the action. You can bet money line, spreads, player props, and more. Plus, with super simple live betting, lightning fast bet settlement, and instant withdrawals, FanDuel makes betting on the NFL easier than ever before. Visit fanduel.com/forwardprogress to download FanDuel today. You must be 21 plus and present in select states or 18 plus and present in DC. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms for both offers at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. 888-789-7777. ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, 1-877-8-HOPE-NY, or text HOPE-NY in New York. And definitely, I take responsible gaming very seriously. If you have any issues, use those numbers. You can also DM me on Twitter at any time if you need someone to talk to about anything, at Rob Pizzola on Twitter. Okay, quick play clock countdown, and then we're going to bring in the whale capper here in 1 second. So just so you guys can sync your clocks, I might be behind. It's Thursday Night Prime. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. And we're off with the first play. And Bo Nix, man, using his legs up to the 50. Whale capper, Drew Dinsick. Good guy. Great hair. Great friend. How's it going, Drew?
Oh, just having a normal week. Fake the market, captured the 2 in the Vikings Lions game early in the week, and my work is done. So kind of kicked up my legs after that, and just been watching other people fight over the scraps. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, the exact same thing. I like to get in early on Mondays with my $1,000 bets and just that hope nobody else is active in the market for the rest of the week, so that, I can come back the other way. That's exactly how the market works.
Well, do you want me to introduce you to some of my friends? They'll probably give you 10K.
Oh, I mean, I'd love that. I'd love that. And come back the other way for 100K later in the week when nobody's touched the market. Wow.
Easy.
Great. Easy game. Easy game, this sports betting.
Yeah. And you wonder why people, why people can't find ways to making a living doing this professionally. Weird.
Yep. I could go into this so much more. I hope people know what we're talking about, but I assume that they do. Listen.
I'll be honest with you. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I had forgotten that Simon Hunter existed until you tweeted that clip. And you know what the most tilting thing was? Because Andy was bent out of shape. Just candidly, he was like, "This is not good for this to be out there in the world." I was tilted for a very different reason. Fucking 7 hours, 8,000 people watched that. What the hell is going on?
Well,
what is going on?
So this is like, listen, I got sent this today by actually one of the nails. Carlos Gutierrez sent me this clip today. That's how it was brought to my attention. I actually do occasionally watch the favorites or listen to the favorites. I actually find it very comical, and I do what I call is hate listening. And some people might be like, "Oh, Rob, you're a loser for that," as Bo Nix just misses a wide open throw to Krull. That would have been great. But I don't mind hate listening. I don't interact with it or whatever. But I find a lot of it very amusing, candidly. But Carlos sent me that today, and I was like, I got to say something. I got to clip. This is the most egregious, because normally they just talk games, and it's a lot like the public is on this. I talked to this professional. They like this. But this was like it was just too much for me not to react to in real time. And listen, I didn't know that the guy was going to come back at me and call me like a child diddler or whatever, like he did, but which was completely like, I got to him completely out of line.
That's the professional behavior. It's professional behavior. That's the way professionals do online.
People say, Rob, like you're a Simon Hunter, you're a hater. And I'm like, yes, I am a hater. I hate this stuff. We're in the same industry, and I hate when people misrepresent their expertise in an area. It's okay for him to say, like, I'm a professional runner. I go make bets on other people's behalf in Atlantic City. That's totally fine. On the same podcast today, he talked about how he's betting 6 figures on a couple games this week, which candidly is bullshit, because he already said he placed some of those bets and the lines didn't move. So either he did bet them and the market doesn't respect him, or he didn't. But I just can't stand that stuff. The real question here, Drew, is are we going to get a punt from the 41-yard line? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You think so? You think we got it?
Did you see the screen from? Oh, you mean is it a fake? Is a fake coming?
I don't know. Are we going to get are they going to bring the punt team out at the 40? This would be like a 58-yarder, right?
Yeah. Surrender index high. Yeah. Did you see the pass that preceded the decision? Oh, yeah. When you're skipping balls 5 yards in front of your wide freaking open tight end, maybe you need to let your rookie quarterback kind of settle down. And I get it. Like, Superdome is high energy place. Like, you've been to New Orleans, right? Like,
yeah. Well, actually, I've never been to New Orleans
this year.
I've never been to New Orleans. Drew. It's one place that I've never been to.
You got to get your credentials set up for the Super Bowl this year. It's down in the Big Easy.
I know it is, but so can I be honest with you? I have zero interest in going to like the Super Bowl unless I'm attending the game. And I don't really want to attend the game, pay to attend the game. Sure. Listen, it's not like I can't. People are like, oh yeah, I can pay for whatever game I want to pay for, right? I can, but I want to see a Cowboys Super Bowl. That's not happening. Aside from that, it would just be like, I love my Super Bowl party every year with friends. Okay. Like
that's a good enough reason. I would sincerely miss spending through the Super Bowl with people that I want to spend it with, which you would if you were there. But the week leading up to it is fun as hell, man. Just the people that are around and the times that you can have during the week of, that's worth going. It's super fun, man.
You know what? Maybe I will put in my for credentials. I'm going to be 85 in a wheelchair by the time the Cowboys make a Super Bowl. Maybe not. Yeah.
It depends if Jerry Jones gets on the reverse aging thing. Like if he just ages out and see you later, then I think you may have a better chance. But if he gets on this reverse aging and sticks around for another 40 years, then yeah, you're in trouble.
Also, one thing about the Super Bowl media row, right? You guys, Eric Eager used to do this.
Yes, that was the best. You hang out with them there every year. It was great.
I listen. I can imagine that's a great time, but like, I don't want to sit on media row and have like Warren Sharp on my show. Like I don't want to do that.
You don't.
It would be you and Andy, and I don't know who else I would have on my show.
You go to Bourbon Street. You stay up till 4. You sleep until 4. That's kind of a rinse repeat with the people in media and fun football people. So I don't know. If not New Orleans this year, look into the Combine. You've been there?
No, I haven't been to the Combine. I haven't been to the Combine either. I don't.
I haven't either, but that's been recommended. In fact, a lot of people that you run into during Super Bowl week on Media Row are like, God, I can't wait for the Combine. It's so much chiller. It's so much more fun. And I'm like, really? Okay. Well, and yeah, apparently it is.
Maybe I need to get out more. Maybe I just need to do this. It's not my it's not my jam. Let's just say that. But you know what? I do have a lot of fun at Bet Bash and at like Sloan and stuff like that. I was
just going to bring that up.
Yeah, we got the Foster Moreau. Anyone who tailed Foster Moreau on the yards, it's done. That one's over.
Bang, bang, bang.
That's over. I didn't bet that, but congrats to those who did. Yeah. You got anything going here?
I have somebody sent me a clip about John Gruden going on and on about a guy who I've never heard of before on Broncos. And I know that John Gruden and Sean Payton are, bosom buddies. So I kind of imagine that Gruden didn't just say all that shit for the hell of it. He probably knows that this guy, it sounds like Etienne, but it's not. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Audric Estime. Yeah.
I have a bunch of that.
He's hot. He's hot. Like, he's the hot pick tonight. Everyone has a little bit of Estime, I would say.
Yeah, John Gruden. If he comes through, I'm gonna have to give him some shine. But the anytime touchdown was like 5-1 or something bigger, like in that ballpark. I would love for him to get a goal line touch.
Rattler almost just threw a pick right here. Could have been picked. Like, I don't know who dropped that. Quick number check on the Broncos.
I really want this game to lean into the insanity. I really hope it's terrible, like super terrible. That would make my night.
You know what? I think it was Cody Barton. Yeah, it was. So I like the games that are so bad that they're good.
Yeah, same.
There was a famous. My memory is horrible. As I'm getting older, I'm losing my memory. It's bad. I got to do some puzzles or something to keep the brain sharp. But there was like a Thursday nighter, I want to say during the COVID year, where it was a Matt Ryan game.
Okay.
That was so bad. Like, one of the worst football. If anyone in the chat,
I want to say this was this like Falcons at Panthers in like a rainy, empty Carolina stadium.
I want to say like the final score was 12-9. I actually believe it was 12-9. As we need the punt here to happen to keep the same game parlay alive. So I'm just confirming that it's going to punt. Yeah, it's punt. So that's all right. What was the third leg? Jason, what was the third leg of this parlay? I don't even remember right now.
Bub means 5+ receiving yards in the first quarter. We're going for the premature parlay.
Oh, yes.
I did he catch? Who caught that ball?
No, that was Cedric Wilson that caught that ball.
Cedric Wilson? Frick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Bub beats. We need another one. Okay, the punts are locked in. Yeah, I don't know what this game was. Sam says it was Colts Broncos. I hit 100-1, no touchdown. It was.
That had to be a Monday night. That was like Russell Wilson versus Matt Ryan, maybe.
Yeah, I remember that rings a bell.
Yeah. That one was awesome.
I just assumed it was a Thursday nighter because it was so bad, and typically the Thursday nighters. Yeah, Matt Ryan Colts versus Russ Denver. That was
awesome.
I think that was the worst game I've ever watched, but it actually was so bad that it was good. I strongly believe that.
Yeah. That was Matt Ryan's last kind of hurrah of being maybe there's something here. I forget. Wait, did they lose? I don't remember. That Matt Ryan season in Indianapolis was wild. But the Russ primetime games that year were all insane. He had the Monday Night Football to start it off, where they elected to kick where Hackett elected to kick the 60-yard field goal in Seattle, right? And was it McManus?
Yes.
And he missed by it was like not close, and everybody's like, he wasn't making these in warm up. Why the hell did they trot him out there? And that was like kind of a sign of things to come.
I gotta tell. I just want to tell you that Estime got the first carry. He's coming out of the game, but he got a 6-yard first carry of the game. So I think this was a good angle, regardless of what happened here. I think this was a good angle. I'm looking back, by the way, Drew, on that Broncos Colts game went to overtime. It was 12-9. I do remember the final score, 12-9. But the Colts kicked the field goal in the fourth quarter, and they kicked the field goal to win it in overtime. Worst game of all time. Worst game. Just terrible. We're cooking here. Who's this? Vele.
My favorite bad primetime game was Seahawks Cardinals.
Yep.
This was another Russell Wilson special. And ended 6-6 tie. You remember this one? Sunday Night Football, maybe 2018, 2019, or maybe 2017. This was a while ago. And David Johnson was the running back of the Cardinals, and he got tackled in overtime at like the 1-inch line, and then they couldn't punch it in. and it ended with no touchdown, and I had that at like 40-1, and I was like, I know what I'm a god at this. Like, I'm so good at betting. Like, I should become a professional. Give me a duffel bag and some cash. Like, let's do this.
5K
yeah.
and duffel bag. You know,
but
yeah,
that was that I would, if I could relive that again in life, a 6-6 tie with no touchdowns, I would just be so delighted. I think somebody had tie parlayed with an under maybe also, and there was like missed field goal was how it ended in overtime to end 6-6.
That's
it was just absolutely the best.
That is absurd.
The best.
That is absurd. This guy, no, it's Javonte Williams. I'm sorry, I was about to say estimate, but yeah,
estimate is number 23, by the way, for those who are playing at home. He just, oh no, that's Williams. 23 and 33 look alike. Damn it. It's gonna be tough to keep. It's gonna be tough to keep track of.
Yeah, Troy Franklin, I've noticed, has gotten a bunch of targets in the early going here.
I saw in the chat I've normally distributed mentioned that Troy Franklin is him. So I regret not betting that. That's a huge factor. But yeah, it's been kind of a light week for me overall. I got to tell you, I don't know if you heard, but I lost my mojo last week. Desperately hoping my wife doesn't leave me. It's
can't bet like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about this week in a second. What do you think of this look? Under on all three running backs if they're going to rotate like this.
I mean, the Saints' run defense could concede to all three of them, which would be my only concern. But yeah, I think there was definitely an under angle to be played on one of them. I didn't even really think about all three, but at some point with the horizontal passing game that the Broncos have, and it is truly horizontal. I can't imagine that the Saints are going to continue to respect anything downfield, which should make rushing difficult, even if they're not their best right now.
Yeah.
Also, the best runner on the field, the fastest man on the field is probably Bo Nix.
What did he run in his 40?
I don't know, but I just remember that in week 1, they did the fastest plays summary, and he had the second fastest top speed after Tank Dell. So he's got wheels.
Yeah, I'm Next Gen Stats carries those numbers, right? I'd be very interested to see.
Yes, he's got wheels.
4th and 3, Peyton will kick a field goal here, right? That's the Sean Payton special. Will Lutz?
Yeah. Shortly.
Brian says a guest with a good mic for once. I mean, that's why I love Drew is a true pro through and through, as Lutz is right down the pipe as well. Zach says the Penn State sweatshirt does not help with the allegations sent your way earlier today. Yes. By the way, I'm dead serious when I say this, people. I'm aware of what I was called by Simon. Don't put it in the chat, because too much of that in the chat is not good for us on YouTube.
The algo doesn't like that.
Yeah,
it doesn't like that. Yeah,
yeah.
I will. You will like. You have the warning now. If someone says it again, like they have to get banned. And I'm sorry, I don't want to do that. But like this is like this isn't a bit. This is like a real thing where like we will get screwed by YouTube if we even just say the words out loud. Yeah, I don't even want to know what the AI.
We don't want to know what the AI description will be on that afterwards.
Oh, by the way, correction and retraction from me. Broncos Colts was Thursday night. You were very right. That was the TNF game.
Yeah, I wasn't on air for that. That was before the inception of the Hammer, or maybe it was a Knish game, because the first year we did the Hammer, Knish was Thursday nights.
It was halftime show Knish game with Eric Eager.
Yeah. Wow.
Because we did halftime shows and pre-games, not the full stream.
Right. Yeah, we did pre-game and half at that time. Oh, how I long for those days. No, I don't. Honestly, I'm gonna be watching the games anyways. I might as well turn on a microphone and a camera.
Without just to test your memory while we are in commercial. Over under 4.5 fumbles in that game. Do you remember?
Wow. See, you're a sharp guy, Drew, because you set a line where I would clearly be like, oh, he's setting a line that I'm going to say over. So I'm going to say under and see there was 4 fumbles.
There were 6.
Oh, damn.
6 fumbles.
Oh
my God. 6 fumbles. Whew. 1 4th down conversion. The Denver Broncos were 2 of 15 on 3rd down in that game. Whew. They ended up with 375 total yards somehow. Ah, man.
I want to say, I could be misremembering. I want to say Matt Ryan took like 8 sacks in that game.
That sounds very plausible. He was sacked 6 times for 51 yards. I love it. That's a lot of yards for 6 sacks.
Wow.
That's going backwards, man. Holy shit. How was your Penn State trip, by the way? I saw you went to a game there, right?
Yeah. So Mike Craig took me to Penn State UCLA. I had a blast, honestly. I love my wife is very into football as well.
So you'll get out of the basement to go watch college football, but not go to New Orleans first media week. I love it.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Craig invited me. He's honestly my favorite person to be with, like friend to be with. Sure. No disrespect to anyone else, but anyone who's met Mike Craig, he's always happy. He's just a great guy to be around. So when he invited me, I'm like, I'm going to make this happen. I hate traveling during NFL season. Hate it, but I had a blast. It did take me a while to catch up.
Yes.
Though. Like,
you know what the best adjective for Mike Craig is? Gregarious. He is a very gregarious man. And I completely second that. That's very cool. All right. Well, I imagine the atmosphere was pretty awesome. Always kind of, Saturdays, I don't watch a lot of college football, but if you were going to kind of put together a list of cool venues to see, Penn State would be up there. Awesome. I've been to Knoxville, Tennessee before for Florida, Tennessee. That's freaking amazing. 120,000 people in all in orange. Like, oh, it's way cool. So nice.
Yeah, no, I had a blast. Really quickly, Levi asked, did we cook a PGP? I'm late. We need 5 plus or 6 yards by Bub Means in the first quarter here, and we will cash.
Only 5. 5 plus.
We need 5. 5 plus. Yeah, right. 5
so
plus.
5 is included.
So Bub means we need 5 in the first quarter. That's all we've cooked up so far. I think my mouse just died. That's not going to be good for business.
Bub means he is number 16 if you're playing along at home.
6. Is he a 16 or who's 11 then? Is that
1-6 is
who
Bub
just caught
means.
This ball right now?
Tipton is 84.
Kendrick Miller is getting work.
Yeah, Miller is getting work. Because Kamara's a little bit injured.
Yes,
this might be good for live props right now.
TDs? I'm gonna look at it's off the board right now, but TDs.
This is a passing down. This is a passing down. I'm feeling it here, guys. Let's go.
Next play pass.
Passing down.
Oh, the chat is a bit ahead of us. The chat is a bit ahead of us.
Tell me it's Bub.
The chat is a bit ahead of us.
How much did he get?
It's good to be back. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Oh man, good stuff.
Suck on that, Simon Hunter. Suck on that, buddy. Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Sure. We got ourselves a little fumble-roo.
Oh, hello.
We're so behind.
I love being behind, but the prime streams in Canada, the Thursday night's brutal, man. Thursday night's brutal for us.
Oh boy, Amazon Prime can get you a package in 5 hours, but they can't get you an on-time stream for a pro football game. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I got to tell you, listen, like this is my thing with. I want to see this play again with Rattler. I talked about this last. I'm not a tape guy. I'm not going to pretend like I'm. I do like to watch games, though, and I like to. Spencer Rattler does not process the field very well.
No, he doesn't have much presence or awareness either.
Exactly. He clearly has an arm, and he can sling it. And listen, this is just pressure off the edge there. By the way,
I can't tell you for sure though that Bo Nix is going to have a better career.
No, neither could I. I think I see more out of Bo Nix, but I would agree. Also, like early this year, to start the season, Fuaga was like so good in the first couple of games at left tackle, and now the guy is just like a turnstile at this point.
He might be hurt. I mean, everybody else in the Saints O line is hurt, or maybe maybe they could give him help, or they could kind of help pivot. They could protect him when they were at full strength, and now they can't.
Yeah.
These are all possibilities. I mean, they say that the O line is a weak link unit. I don't think it's a single weak link. It's like a double weak link, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you have a single weak link, you can scheme away from the problem, or you can provide help, right? Mm-hmm. But if you have two problems, now you're at a numbers disadvantage, and you're fucked.
I got a major problem right now. The major problem is that my mouse has died. This Jellycomb mouse I have. I'm in the process of moving. So the backup mouse that I typically have here is at my parents' house, ironically in the basement, where I have my setup right now while my house is being sold. And I don't have the cord to plug it in and charge it. So all
batteries
is it's not batteries. It's just charges. It's like So I'm rattled to my core, because now I have to use this trackpad that's to my left. And it's like, I don't ever want to use this in my entire life. But the fact that it's on the left it's bad. I'm in a very...
You can't kick me out of these streams anymore? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, let's see how easily I could do that. Come back in. Let's just see really quickly if I can accomplish that.
Hotkeys.
No, he's out. It's easy. I can... Yeah. It's
a real problem. Man, I was so ready to do the Yankees win, and they are not home. They just blew it.
Wow.
What a win probability swing chart all of a sudden. Oh boy.
I caught some of the Yankees game the other night. Haven't really been watching a ton of postseason baseball. I got a lot going on in my personal life with a move. It's a little bit challenging, but
sure.
I love playoff baseball.
Oh my gosh, dude. I can't even tell you who the Cleveland Guardians manager is, but he just made the call of the year. He's down 0-2. His back is against the wall. The Guardians have 2 outs, and he sends out a pinch hitter named John Kensey Noel. John Kensey Noel to the plate with his season on the line, and Noel goes yard. Unbelievable.
God, don't you love professional sports?
Yes. October baseball is the best.
I fucking love sports.
I don't even bet it, and I can just enjoy it as hell, like a fan, like no question. It is the best. I had a funny conversation with my 82-year-old father-in-law. He grew up back in the day in LA and loves the Dodgers, and he was there when they moved from like Ebbets Field and played in the Coliseum and shit. It's like it's the only sports thing he really kind of connects to anymore is Dodger baseball. Yep. And he was complaining about the postseason from one direction, and I was complaining about it from the other direction, because he was like, man, this playoffs are so long. They used to just be like, yeah, you're the best World Series, let's go. Right. And he was like, why? What? He's like, I can't even keep track of what round we're in. He's like, what? I was excited that they won against the Padres, but then like we have another series until the World Series. Like, what is this? And I'm laughing it from the other direction, because I'm like, this is the dumbest sport. They play 162 games to figure out who's good, and then just one team on a heater can wipe out your season.
Leave it up to variance at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, let's roll some dice. Like, let's see who's the best. Let's roll some dice. Like, what the hell? After 162 games. Anyway, it's funny because we were both like, the playoffs are broken from different angles, but ultimately saying the same thing, which is that if you're going to go to the trouble of 162 games, like, just put the good teams in the World Series. And it looked like we were going to get that. It looked like we were going to get Dodgers Yankees, but we have some drama to unfold here, which is exciting.
I just can't root for the Yankees. I mean, I'm a Blue Jays fan, so I can't root for the Yankees or the Red Sox. It's just not in me. I get it. Like, if I didn't have a horse in the race, I would always be rooting for the best teams. I like, it's the same in March Madness, right?
Sure.
Provided I don't have a bet on the game. Like, I'm not rooting for the 15 team to upset the 2. Like, I want to see the best teams.
Yeah, you don't want the money line to lose unless you do.
Like when when Butler makes the Final Four, it's like, like I don't want this to happen, right? I want to see the best teams play. I think I'm in the minority there. I think a lot of people love the underdog story. I don't. I personally
not at all. Not at all. I like the small underdog story with day one when you're in Vegas and you're like everybody's cashing 500 money line winners and then chalk it out and give us good basketball, because college basketball is a very hard product to enjoy anyway. And if you make the teams, if you get bad teams at the end, it's that much worse. So I'm with you 100% there. And even this year, like it was chalked out, right? It was Purdue UConn final. That was unwatchable. I think maybe I saw 5 minutes of game action in that one, and you're like, okay, yeah, this is over. Bye. Yeah, the Peacocks. That's just you just want to see St. Peter's beat Kentucky and then chalk it out. I love it. Absolutely right.
I like Patrick's comment here, which is upsets first weekend, then chalk from there. I could get on board with that.
Yeah,
I could get on board with that.
Yeah, and not even really the first weekend, but just Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, it's nothing worse when you get to like the Elite Eight and one team's favored by 12.5. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
But that happens. Anyways.
I love it. I love it. But this year I think you got to cheer for I think you have to cheer for the Dodgers, because I'm not saying you, I just mean, agnostic fan cheers the Dodgers, because you don't want a New York subway series.
No, I don't want
I mean, that. New Yorkers are intolerable. They're insufferable as it is. Imagine a subway series.
Says the West Coast guy, of course. Says the West Coast guy.
No subway series. And honestly, I'm not ready for a Guardians World Series appearance. I'm not. The Guardians, I need a couple more years of recognizing that the Guardians are a thing before we see them in the World Series.
I'm rooting for the Dodgers because Shohei Ohtani was a Blue Jay for one day. So
that was a great day, though.
Honestly, I was fired up that day. I really was. I thought it was going to happen.
And then
I was in the Toronto airport for that day, and I'm not even kidding you. I was like pacing around trying to find what gate he was flying to, only to find out it wasn't on a fucking plane. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, that was tough. China, who's on in the third quarter with us tonight, sent a bunch of Ohtani Blue Jay jerseys to us in Toronto. We have one hanging in our new studio as well.
I love it, man. Yeah. All right, well, you gonna give me a send off here, or do I have to wait until the actual second quarter starts?
No. Listen, you've been gracious with your time. I know a lot of people in the chat are big fans of yours. They know what you do, but some people don't. They come to us from other channels. So let the people know where they can find your stuff.
It's hard to find, apparently, because we don't have 7,000 people watching our weekly previews. But yes, check out The Deep Dive. It's the only gambling content that Andy and I push out via YouTube, and then I do work for NBC on Bet the Edge, and those have been trying to be a little different than the rest of the gambling content, where we keep it short and sweet. I'm on with Jay Croucher, who obviously has his finger on the pulse of most of the awards markets, and so it's worth tuning in, if nothing else, just to hear what his latest stump speech is for MVP or the like, because he's going to move those markets one way or the other, and it's fun to be on the wave.
He's also super sharp. I did tail his Nick Chubb comeback player of the year bet a couple weeks ago as well. So
yeah, and actually, you know what? As long as I have the audience of the nails, and as much as my gripe right now is that we don't have a bigger audience for the good betting content, like, why aren't you guys telling your friends about this? Like, there should be word of mouth that should have this forward progress watch along should be growing like wildfire, and it's not. And I hold the nails responsible more than anyone, because there's only so much we can do to promote ourselves. And, it has to, at some point, just be a snowball rolling downhill where you're telling your friends, or maybe we're not getting the view counts because people are getting together to sit around and watch. And there's 8 people in a room. That could be, but probably not.
Yeah. I like Sons' comment, and I think some of the hesitation is they don't want it to grow. They just like the community. Listen, it's good. Listen, I will never forget the OGs.
Yeah.
I will never forget the OGs. You guys are all the ones that are here every single week. I love that. But the reality is we do have to see consistent growth or we can't do it. I mean, that's just listen, I never lie to the people out there. I love them, but we do have to grow, or else you get to a point where you're like, is it worth it for me to continue doing this? I spend a lot of time on the hand and forward.
And in that vein, well done by you, Rob, because you did a two-sided move today. You did the right thing, pointing out the absurdity of that comment, and you generated a little bit of buzz.
Yes.
And that's what we have to do. It's ridiculous, but there's no other way to break through. It's very loud out there. I don't know if you know that.
I was a little too quiet for too long, Drew. Too quiet for too long. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to take the churn off approach. I'm just going to like mute people. And I've just got to the point where I'm like, fuck that. I'm going back in. I'm going in. This is what I've built my following on. I'm going to continue that way. Appreciate you, Drew. You can follow Drew on Twitter. Link in the description below if you want to follow him on Twitter. Appreciate you, my man.
Best of luck, man.
Thank you. Drew Dinsick, everyone. Whale capper. What a great dude. Love that guy. I'm going to go meet him out in California one of these days. We're going to do a little wine tour or something like that. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Jason, get on here for a second. I'm going to explore my home for approximately 1 minute to see if I can find a charger for this mouse.
Oh man, Steven Robinson's going to start crying. Be careful. Be careful.
No. We're good. We're good. By the way, people, we're not taking donations tonight to keep Jason off screen. We've had a conversation with him behind the scenes. We said, listen, dude, this is getting to be way too much. The people are going to hate you. You got to toe the line. And tonight, he's toeing the line. Toeing the line.
Is it TOE or TOW?
TOW.
Okay.
Very clear. Very clearly.
I hope you actually knew TOE, but anyways, all good.
Well, you know,
is anyone else? Okay, never mind. Sorry.
When Simon called me a PDF file today, he used the wrong who's as well. I noticed that. I didn't call him out on it. I don't want to be that guy. But
wait. Can I bring Jeff in when you're gone?
Bring on.
All right. Chat quickly. 1 or 2 in the chat. If it's TOE or TOW. I always thought it was toe the line as if you're like towing a car. Isn't that TOW? I might be wrong. No. Wait. Time out. Jeff, redo what you had, and then I'll bring you in. All right, guys. We're gonna get a field goal here. Oh, it's fourth. Wait, hold on. They're going for it on fourth and one. Oh, no, they're not. We're gonna get a field goal here. All right. Bringing in Jeff to help me toe the line. Jeff Feinberg, everyone. Okay, wait, quickly. This reminds me of the plastic bag on GRP's head.
No, I'm actually I'm waiting for the sportsbook staff to switch over, and I've put my ski mask on, and I'm just waiting to head over. When I'm done here, I'm gonna head over, make some bets. Once get those goobers on the late shift. They won't recognize my fat fuck body at all. So yeah, that's all what I'm working on. That's why I'm dressed like this tonight.
This seems targeted at someone, Jeff. Or is this
Where's
just
Rob?
organic? Rob's coming in. I can't believe you missed that. I gotta clip that for him. That was fantastic.
Rob, I said, look, I'm getting ready for the sportsbook manager and the staff to switch over.
He can't hear you. He can't hear you. Now he can hear you.
Rob, I'm waiting for them to switch the staff at the sportsbook, and I'm just gonna head back over there, and they're not gonna recognize me one bit.
Jeff, pull that down. I don't know that you can actually breathe in there. I don't need you to pass out on.
Yeah, I can breathe. It's for bugs.
Oh man.
Listen, I got a lot of weird things in my Chargers outfit. This we call the Anthony Lynn. There's just shit you didn't want to see sometimes, so you had to cover up your face.
Jeff, I don't think I've ever told you that I love you, but I do. I want you to know that. I'm a big fan. I think you found your calling on Circle Back in a big way. I'm so glad that we could work together. I think we probably stopped working together in like 2012, 2013. I'm so glad we found a way a decade later to be working together again.
Likewise, Rob. Likewise, always a good time.
I also love that entrance.
Really,
and I did find a charger in my home. I got way too much stuff to pack up.
Is my camera lagging?
No, you're okay. It's the best it's been in a while. Do not mess with anything. Do not mess with anything. Mic is good. Camera's good. Mask is good. It's all good. You know, if you try hard enough, you can go get down some 10K bets tonight on the graveyard shift. You know, go head to Woodbine and jam those kiosks.
So I'm kind of more in on the baseball tonight. I'm not going to lie, Rob.
You know what? We could do a dual watch along if you want.
Well, no, I just didn't know. I mean, I need the Dodgers, got a series bet, went back on them today, made a little Cleveland play. I just didn't know how to bet this football game, and I hate Denver. So I didn't want to get sucked up and just hammering Spencer Rattler bets because I'm not methodical. Like, as I've kind of alluded to before, oh, shit.
Wow, this is amazing screen grab right now. What's going on, Jeff?
Do your thing, Chad. Do your thing.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Just keep going.
No,
I just love how it stopped with you. Like,
no, I'm gonna fix this. I thought me and Jason came to a conclusion here. I honestly, Rob, I did try to fix it with a test, and I thought it was.
You tested this with Jason beforehand?
Whoa,
not today, but
not today. Not today.
Yeah.
It was fixed. Have you updated your computer?
Yes, I did that even today. I'm having other problems. I don't like this program, but that's just, I'm a fighter. You fight on. I'm gonna fix this.
Fight on.
I'm happy. That's why I wanted to do my mask bit off the top. I didn't want to get spoiled. Yeah,
Got it. There's got to be like some random StreamYard setting that.
Yeah, I clicked something. My fat thumb clicked something. I know it. I swear to you, because it was all fine, and then my thumb slipped, and then it wasn't fine, and I'm like, which button did I hit?
When you go to your StreamYard settings and you're under camera, turn off touch up my appearance if that's on. You don't need your appearance to. Okay, you're okay for now. You know what? We're just gonna live with it, Jeff. We're gonna live with it.
No, get Jason in for 2 minutes. I'm gonna.
I went through all of these. I have a timer today, Jeff. By the way, I went through all of these, so please don't waste my.
Try the PDF.
What does the PDF file mean?
No, it's okay. Don't worry about that. Don't worry.
What does it rhyme with, and what did Simon say?
Yeah, don't say it out loud.
Okay, yeah.
No, Jeff. We ran through everything on StreamYard. Just anything you have in the background open. Try and just figure out that. One thing you can do as well is, this might be a lot, control, if you're on a PC, Control-Alt-Delete, open up the task manager and find stuff that's taking up a lot of memory usage.
Oh my God, this play. Tell me this is a real play.
Down. Please tell me he's down.
This is
Did they fumble? What'd they do, Rob?
Why did we not bet defensive TD? That's what I like in hindsight.
Yeah. There's a flag.
There's a flag. He ran into his own offensive lineman. And then got hit and fumbled. This is like, it's not quite as bad as the butt fumble, but it was like he played Red Rover and got hit by his own offside on the defense. Offside of the defense.
God, no TD stays alive.
Wow.
By the way, did you ever watch QB1 with Spencer Rattler in it?
No.
The old Netflix series 4 years ago when he was like the high school. They did like a preview on all the high school quarterbacks that were like the best in the country, and he was like one of them. It's very interesting.
Well, I have good internet too. I don't know what's going on.
We don't you know what? It's okay, Jeff. It's okay. It started good. Okay it's better that it started good than not starting good, because you had your little bit set up beforehand. It worked for the bit. And now you're cooked again, and we don't know why.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is on that show too, apparently.
Was he actually?
I don't know. That's what the Lord McD says. And I trust the names.
Wow.
I don't think they would lie to me. I'm curious what the AI summary would say right now.
This is rude. Someone calling me a boomer. What the fuck? This is my guy
computer's
too.
working.
No,
this is my guy too.
And I'm all over the map tonight. Like, my wife went out, so I just let my kids watch all the TV they want in my bed. So hopefully everything's going fine there. But and I've overbet. I've bet college football. I bet some NFL. I've bet some baseball.
I hope you're betting within your limits, Jeff. Like, come on.
Yeah, of course. Nothing like, they're all pretty recreational bets, except my series bet on the Dodgers. I don't have any hobbies, and hobbies are supposed to be expensive. So that's, whatever.
Yeah. I was gonna play golf today,
Jason,
but
step
there's
up here for a minute. Jason, step
Jason's
up here.
good.
Oh, we
Okay.
got Nails getting mad at me in the chat.
They're getting mad at him
on
for being on
though,
screen.
so,
You're
like,
telling him to come back. Like he's
and I got reprimanded hard for this. So
Yeah,
this
he
got to
got-
be a good reason.
He got a stern talking to. Oh, there we go. Well,
All right. The old shut it off, turn it back on.
what we haven't told people is
guess.
that Jeff is actually AI himself. He's artificial intelligence.
You can't break the fourth wall, the barrier. That you weren't supposed to tell them that.
Mm.
Do you have the readily available the picture of GRP with the bag over his head? By the way,
I think I tweeted it recently. So if you go to my replies on Twitter, I tweeted it at him recently. I woke up this morning to a message from GRP
that was hilarious.
saying, "How come I can't find my Circles Off appearance on your channel?" And I'm like, "Because you were on Circles Off. You're looking on the wrong channel. You came on one Forward Progress live watch along,
and then
one or two.
One watch along, one best bets Super Bowl extravaganza.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then apparently he's said the exact same things to Moretto before, and Moretto's got him in the right direction. So
You just got to reach out to me. That's I can direct them.
Mm.
I was actually gonna like message him and gaslight him and be like, I don't understand why Rob keeps deleting your Circles Off video, but I was like,
you should
this
actually
is going to be more of a problem than
you should actually do that. I would love to stir it up with them. We need more content for Circle Back as well.
Yeah.
I
I wonder what we could do if we just bet punt every single drive, by the way.
Well, I'll tell you this. The Guardians went bang, bang just now. Bang, 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 bang. Walk off, Guardians. Bang, bang.
Wow. Good for the guards.
Good for the guards.
Is it
weird?
weird?
What's good for the goose is good for the guards, is what they say back in the day. I know a big Guardians fan. His name's Adam Burke. I don't know if he's still with VSiN. He's a like honestly one of the nicest guys ever. I hope the Guardians win for Adam. I do.
I hope so too. I hope all the Guardians fans can win. What they did to Chief Wahoo wasn't cool.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right, guys? There's two things with getting GRP in. For a Monday watch along, he would have to come to Toronto.
That'd be impossible. Well, actually, that would be the best scenario, though, if we're being honest.
Well, 100%. Having him in person would be the best because we don't have to deal with his internet connection. He's now in our world. However, it would be bad for Canada. I don't think they would allow him across the border, if I'm being completely honest with you. He's got some stuff out there that I don't know. Classic example of a narcissist. I would agree. He really is very full of himself. He is. He's funny. He's entertaining, but he loves himself. There's no one that GRP wants to hear more than himself, if we're being honest. And yes, Burke is still there. I saw him last time I was in Vegas. Didn't know what he was still doing, but I don't know what Bo Nix is still doing either, but seems to make it work somehow.
No, Jeff, the other camera's way worse. We got to just fix that. Unplug, plug it back in. Something along those lines.
Why don't you just put him on his laptop camera or something like that?
No, the laptop camera is like way, way worse. It's way worse. Can I be audio only? Of course you can, Jeff. Whatever you want. You're more than welcome.
We need. You know how on Mayo Media Network, Cust has like the audio only thing. We could just start doing that for Jeff going forwards as well. Although, how are we going to get his bits? You know.
Man,
I don't know. Something just happened to your mic right now.
What just happened?
Oh, hello? Am I on delay? Are you on delay? Something's happening here. Hello, big run.
One on the chat if it's me, two on the chat if it's Rob, and it's Javonte Williams. Yeah. I'm gonna add Jeff in now.
Yeah, go for it.
Jeff, can you hear us?
Wow. Might be time to just say, I think Feinberg, we got our max out of Feinberg tonight. He wore the mask. Hello.
I'm just like TA. I'm on. You just you got like
okay.
Pokeroo, kind of
like
like hidden. Wilson, right? The neighbor in Home Improvement.
Yes, Wilson. Do people even know what Pokeroo is? Is that like a Canadian show or was that Polka Dot Door?
Yeah, it's just Ontario. Us just like Ontario, whatever we are. Kids who were watched TV after school in the 80s, late, right?
Yes. Yeah, it was an after school thing. I think it was. Yeah, Jamil says Canadian show, TVO. Yeah, I remember that. You know what was a great show growing up that I don't think ever got any credit? which I used to watch before Power Rangers every single morning, was Animaniacs.
Yeah.
Can't make a cartoon like that anymore. It was very racy for being a children's cartoon.
I'm shocked that I thought that was past your time.
Animaniacs? I thought there was only like 2 seasons of that.
Yeah, I thought that was before you. Or sorry, after you.
No, every single morning before school, Animaniacs, Power Rangers, go to school, talk about Power Rangers, and talk about wrestling if it was Monday Night Raw the night before. Like all through the national anthem in the morning. The teachers couldn't get a hold of the class for like the first 20 minutes of the day on Tuesday.
It's actually so disgusting. And I'm just going to be like an old man who yells at a cloud. Because we obviously had it so much easier than our parents, Rob. But like when there was a show we liked, you were lucky to get 30 minutes a day as a kid, or you'd get 30 minutes a week. Now my kids, they binge watch the same goddamn 3 seasons of the same goddamn shows on these apps. And it's like, they don't got to work for anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And if you missed it, tough luck.
Yep.
There's next week.
Like,
holy shit.
Oh yeah. If I missed an episode of Power Rangers, I might as well not even show up at school that day. I would be like, I didn't want to know. I would be ashamed. Man, those were the days. Remember, and then I used to go home after school. I don't remember the timelines very well, but after school, Goosebumps. Hello. I don't know when that started. I was in like grade 3 or grade 4 at that time. A little bit of Goosebumps after school. A little bit of Are You Afraid of the Dark at like 8:00 at night. What a lineup that was. Incredible.
How bad is New Orleans? Holy shit.
Terrible. I seriously think I'd take Carolina on a neutral over New Orleans right now, or New England. This version of New Orleans is terrible. They could still win this game, by the way. I'm not saying it's done, but they are awful right now. Truly awful. This game is scarier than Goosebumps. Do you ever buy like those Goosebumps books or Animorphs books, Jeff? Did you get like the Scholastic thing when you were in school?
Course. Yeah. The R.L. Stein.
R.L. Stein, man. R.L. Stein. Absolute legend. Those are like probably 60% of the books I've read in my life have been Goosebumps. I'm not exaggerating. It's really sad. It's really sad, people. It's really weird not seeing you on screen, by the way. I can hear when you like scratch your head. I hope that's your head or something like that. I can only like, it's weird. I get like these random sound effects and I don't know what they are.
Yeah, maybe tough. It is me. I'm known for making noises.
No, it's definitely you. It's 100% you. But I don't like to leave it up to imagination. Who's down on the ground here? Paulson Adebo? Oh my God. And he's getting an air cast for sure right now. So like he broke something, which is really sad. That's like another injury for the Saints. Starting corner. I think it's Adebo.
Yeah, it is.
Oof.
Chargers play the Saints next week, Rob.
Yeah. So that mean you're rooting for injuries here?
No. I'm just I don't want their guys to be back next week either, though.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'd prefer to play them shit.
Yep. Do you know who the Chargers play the following week, out of curiosity?
Could be the Browns.
Yep. And how about the week after that? I just want to know how like serious of a fan you are right now. The week after the Browns.
Okay, sorry. The Titans.
Correct. Week 11 after the Titans.
So then there's this stretch where I'm just going to name the games and then I'll try to order them. I know that there's a Bengal game, a Raven Harbaugh Bowl on Monday night, a Widowmaker spot versus the Falcons, where they're off a bye and the Chargers play the Monday. And then, I don't know. Now I'm drawing a blank. And then they finish with 4 easy games, but I can't order them.
Maybe so you got the Bengals right, followed by the Ravens. The Widowmaker game is not. Oh, where is it? The Falcons?
Yeah, it is. Don't
It
question.
is.
But who do they play the week after the Falcons, Jeff? You were complaining about this in office.
Mm.
That you get the Widowmaker spot, and then the next game you have a very tough team.
Oh, the
Division
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chiefs and the Chiefs, I think, play the Friday before. So it's like Widowmaker. Yeah, it's just but then they finish with easy games, but I don't remember who. But I know obviously two of them are the Raiders and the Broncos.
It's a classic TA move.
Everyone in the chat accusing Jeff of cheating, and
Anyone
know
who knows me knows that. And I said to Rob the other day, I actually deep dived the schedule this week.
Yeah.
So when I was with Rob and Jason on Monday, if you asked me last week, I don't think I know that, but I did give a deep dive. I inhaled that sucker. So I know my next little path. Yep. I don't need to cheat on that. There's a lot of things in life that I will cheat on, or that I need to cheat on, I should say.
You don't have to say that, Jeff. If your wife is watching, we don't want that.
Like tests.
Come on, man.
I always had a wandering eye, not for other women, but like for the paper beside me in high school or something.
Yeah. Well,
you have mentioned that before.
The old wandering eye.
No, I'm not one of those dads who want to fuck. You don't got to worry about me. Like, when your buddies
You're not a dad that craves the old whispering eye.
Yeah, when like you and your boys go on a batch party or something, and like you and your boys know like, hey, there's like a mini crew of them that like, okay, well, I guess you guys should hang out together because I'm not in that. That's not really my crew.
Got it. All right, game's back underway now. And Bo Nix throws it downfield. Who's that? Franklin again. Fuck, Franklin is really on
Troy
a heater.
Franklin is cooking. Like
Franklin
that might be a like anytime touchdown. He's like 750, like way far down the board. Feels like with the amount of work he's getting, it's a little off.
What do you got on your computer screen there?
You saw that? I cooked up something quickly in the background. Do you want me to share it?
Well, let's share it. Let's see what it. I was very interested.
I don't know if it's a good meme, but Jeff, can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
That is a good meme. That is really good. That's actually some of your finest work ever, Jason.
Thank you.
I mean, the bar is extremely low, but
I mean, I feel like I had a better tweet like an hour ago, but maybe
what was it? You should retweet it. People should see it again.
I sent it to you, Jeff. You didn't respond.
You sent it to me personally
on Telegram. Yeah.
I mean, listen, like this is Jason has totally redeemed himself tonight. The people they turned on him big time. We got $90 in donations to get him off screen.
Shit, I'm sorry, Jason.
No, you're good, Jeff. Don't ever apologize to me, Jeff. You were someone who never has to apologize to me.
I was alone with putting kids to bed, so I miss like
great meme. Really great. Who is this? Humphrey?
You can check Twitter if you want, or sorry, check Telegram and
yeah. You think one day when you have children, Jason, you might consider naming one of your children Lil Jordan?
Lil Jordan? Not Lil Jordan.
Lil Jordan Humphrey?
Honestly, because of the impact he's had on my life so far, I would name them Lil Jeff.
Lil Jeff. Lil Geoff. Back in the day, it was Geoff.
Yeah.
Okay, Bung Bet was on completions, correct?
Yes,
and
we
got 10. We got 10 so far. Bung is ahead of pace. He's definitely ahead of pace.
Bo Nix completions?
Yes. We're in. Javonte in for a walk-in. He broke the no touchdown though.
No touchdown, Dad.
I just need the Broncos. Dad. So I need the Broncos.
I guess no shower orange review now because there was a touchdown. Maybe next time.
So I saw the video you posted of the shower orange.
Yeah.
Did you bite into it with the peel on?
Correct. Yeah, that's how you eat oranges.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is. How else would you eat an orange?
See, I don't like when you do this because I can't tell if you're being serious or not. And you're obviously not being serious.
No, how else would you eat? It's like a kiwi. 1 in the chat if you eat the orange peel, 2 in the chat if you don't. You look it up. You're losing so many nutrients.
You are full of shit. The peel has fiber. It 100% has fiber, but this is full of nutrients. This is bullshit.
Yeah,
This is Will Levis eating the banana with the fucking peel on. You know,
He actually does that though. No,
I know he does. He does. He's sick. And look at Will Levis, how bad he is at his job because he eats fruit with the peels on. This is why you might be so bad at your job for the same reason.
There
Adam,
it is.
Listen, Adam, I appreciate the donation. I said this off the top today. We're not doing the minutes with Jason today. We can't have him. I need him on stream sometimes. I need him around sometimes. Appreciate the donation, though. It's going to.
I'll respect it. I'll respect it.
Okay, he'll respect it. He'll respect it.
Is it a 6 minute or how did it work again? Or is it's not 10x?
No, it's 7 minutes. 6.99 is we round up. We round up. But
good.
also we need the Jason approval poll. See how it compares to Thursday. Bung also did send me another pick, but it wasn't given out on stream. Bung, we can't pass post like this. Can't do it. I've got on your case last time for this. We can't do it. Cannot do it.
Who gets the ball? Is this quarter been so slow, or am I just?
It just feels really long because it took a long time for you to fix your camera.
Well, I still didn't fix it.
Yeah. Also, Paulson Adebo was injured for a while on the field there. It was a longer quarter. It was a longer quarter than it needed to be. Saints are in real trouble right now, though. These guys are dropping like flies, injuries. At least they'll have extra rest next week for the Chargers, but not looking good.
What do you think that spread is? What was it this morning?
Here, I can look right now. Chargers, Saints. I think is it still open at Fanduel? Am I out to lunch here? It was 2 shops had it. One was Chargers 5.5, one was 6.5. No, you can come in. You can come in real quick. In and out.
I was just asking if we lost Jeff. Jeff, if you're still there, I don't know.
No, I'm here.
There. I can still hear him scratching whatever he's scratching over there.
I'm trying to.
Could be nutsack. Could be his ear.
No, I'm trying to figure out the camera, but I don't know.
Should we just put up a silhouette of or like a black screen in honor of Jeff on the other side?
What does that
What do
mean?
we do? No, just like I'm full screened and I'm talking. It feels I'm talking to you, but I'm full screened. I don't know, man. I'm a little bit uncomfortable here.
Well, it's because Jason's eating orange peels and bragging about it.
That's real sick, man. I wouldn't even do that for content. I know he did it for content. I wouldn't do that for content.
There's no way he even swallowed that.
No, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Oh, yes, Roberts. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. 4, 6, 3.
Oh, okay. I watched Spencer Rattler take a big hit to get 4th and 1.
Will they go for it? I guess they can't.
They're leaving the offense out now. I don't know if this is less like a fake. Dennis Allen is usually a sissy when it comes to this stuff.
What's the spread? What's the live spread?
He's definitely short by just a little bit. Jason, when he asks for the live spread, you can pull it up. You're allowed to pull up.
Also, Rob, you may agree or disagree with me, but the never mind. Well, I have to say this now, but I made a comment to Pat, and he gets mad at me for caring about something.
Okay, so the Saints just used a timeout when they had the punt team on the field, by the way. Live spread is Broncos minus 12.5, minus 135. Broncos, I repeat, are minus 12.5 right now.
Not enough. I was hoping it'd be, I guess they're only up 13 and they suck.
I guess if you wanted to bet the Saints, money line, FanDuel plus 870 is your spot, but I'm 830 now. Sorry. I'm not going there.
I have NFL apparel opinions, obviously. Oh
my God. Jeff, are you serious with the Mike McDaniel take you had this week?
Yeah. What have you ever seen a coach wearing his own hat at the podium? Just put on your team hat.
Who cares, man? I saw it was a black hat, right? Completely black.
Yeah. You're working for the team.
Do
they match his capris? I don't understand it. But I'll tell you what bothers me more is the ladies' golf visor that Sean Payton wears. Oh my God, does that shit kill me? Does that shit kill me? Dennis Allen's also a ladies' visor wearer. Too.
There's some men that wear visors. It's not just a ladies' visor. They're sold as like unisex. I personally wouldn't wear one, but
real men wear the high crown visor.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The high crown. Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
If you're not gonna, I just can't. Yeah, Sean Payton loves his ladies' visor.
He's rocked it forever, man. You can't. Listen.
I know. Sure, whatever. And yeah, Mike McDaniel, like, wear a Dolphins hat, but that's not nearly as weird, Rob, as that GM there always wears a hat with his suit. That's a fucking weird thing to do. Dolphin fans know what I'm talking about. Everyone else will think I'm a weirdo.
What do you think about this visor?
Let me bring you back up here.
Oh, yeah, you got us off screen now. I don't want to see my ugly mug while you're talking to me, huh?
Well, no, I don't know. I see a picture of, is that like Drew Stoltz? What's Jason looking for?
I don't know what Jason's doing.
He thinks people need a visual of what a high crown visor looks like.
I think so. I don't know. Jason, listen, I think 7 minutes have elapsed. You can pop in here.
I don't know if it has, but I agree. Let him in.
Yeah, let the guy do what he wants. He suffered long enough.
It's been 6 minutes, but it was 6:99, so we'll call it 59 seconds.
Sure.
I was just pulling up what a high crown visor was. I didn't know that was a thing.
There was never seen that before? Nope. Wow. This is a big run. Big run for Rattler. 28-yard banger.
Love it.
He almost got taken down, too.
Yeah, you guys were saying that I would not eat and didn't swallow it. I 100% swallowed it. The orange.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh.
What's up, Jeff? Oh, Jeff's watching baseball. He's not even watching.
Well, they took away the double play.
I'm watching this game. I'm like, what is he reacting to? That could be a problem here. Like Denver just called a timeout. What's he so upset about here? What's he so upset about?
Adam, we appreciate your support.
Yes, we do.
Oh my God. JC3, I don't think he's late. I think he's coming in right on time.
JC3. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to give refunds here on Forward Progress. We cannot process refunds. However, I will ensure that your $13.99 donation will go directly to paying all employees that are not Jason. That's what I will ensure. This $13.99.
Maybe you can have a rain check.
What are we going to do? Rain check what?
Rain check a donation.
He can show up next time. Be like, I accidentally donated the night you said there was no muting. Jason, can I use my gift card now?
You know, it's not a terrible idea. It's not. What people don't know, as much as I dislike Jason, I'm also reliant on him to come on stream sometime.
Yeah, of course I'm here, and I've been frazzled since my camera stopped working. I mean that.
JC3 did ask for a rain check as well. Seems like it's a big thing. Right,
maybe we can't cash it on the. Oh my God, can't speak. Cashed on the Monday watch.
Kamara just lose like 8 yards here.
Yeah,
that was brutal.
We're in field goal range here. No, yeah, we are. Oh wow.
Mute Jason. You know what? Mute Mondays is not bad.
Mute Jason Mondays.
Mute Mondays. You know what? That's what we'll do. We'll continue taking the donations towards muting on Mondays, but we'll cap it. We'll cap it at a certain amount. That way he can't, I need him. I need him around every now and then. He's in the room with me too. It's really hard for him not to talk.
I like Robert Clips's idea. $10 per minute. Prices increase due to market demand.
We should do that.
That's like surge pricing.
Surge pricing.
This is offensive, Dan. I thought we were boys. You know, I'm getting replaced by him of all people.
I would be more than happy, by the way, to have Simon on. He's not ever going to come on. There's no reason for him to. We did reach out to him a couple times back in the day to get him on. He respectfully declined. But yeah, what are we going to do?
Yeah,
I'll have him on. I don't care. Guy can call me whatever he wants. Maybe
not on YouTube. Maybe not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube.
Yeah, Rob would happily Rob would happily debate Simon. It would be honored. It would be seems like he would like pay for the honor.
Yeah.
Rob would make a great donation to charity for like the right to have a moderated debate versus Simon.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the sad thing is I would quote unquote lose that debate, right? There's a much stronger following. Oh, that was almost a fumble. He has a much stronger following. And I hate doing stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if I can change like a dozen people's minds, I'm going to change their minds. And no one's going to stop following me because of a debate I have with Simon.
You follow what I believe is like the number one rule. You just got to punch up.
That's
so,
it.
Like, and Simon works for a big property. He gets put on a big platform. He's got a lot more followers, I believe. I assume. I'm just saying that based on the platform.
He doesn't have a lot of followers.
I have more on Twitter, but they have a larger audience for their show, which, by the way, they should. They've been doing it for so much longer. They have an app that has a lot of traffic. Like, of course, they're going to get more followers. That's just natural. Anyways, it is what it is. It's we got the Foster Moreau receptions. If you played it, I didn't. But I hope you did. You got it. And
can we try Jeff's camera again? Just for shits and gigs? No. Okay, never mind. You could have just done it like.
No, he's got his pants off now. Obviously.
No, because now it's gonna come back. Like it's just like.
Oh no!
It's like
what
frozen.
Happened? No, let's see what that was. Let's see it. Oh, he's just frozen. He is just frozen.
I don't know what the hell.
Yeah.
And I'm not good enough with computers to like know what's going on, but I know my fat thumb hit like a oh, there's a having issues button.
Yeah.
it's not. I'll tell you right now, it's not very useful. Do you have like a virtual background on by any chance, maybe?
What does that mean?
So if you go to settings, this is great radio. Settings, virtual background. Under settings, you want to have I had just none.
I don't have that. No. That's all right, Jason. We'll talk. We'll talk off. We'll figure this out again.
Here's the thing: is the next watch along where you're scheduled to be on should be the Monday night one in studio. So you're not even going to need.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be there. No offense.
It's the Chargers they're playing though. We got to have you there.
It's so late at night.
You're. By the way, these. Rob,
I don't want to just be sitting with my like just I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah. I get it.
If you want to come for a bit, I that's fine.
What do you mean a bit?
Is that blasphemous?
Well, like what do you think? I'm on the move. I make plans to like be on the move in the Charger game.
You can get home for halftime, no?
It's fucking downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know. Listen, I get out of downtown, but I see when I'm home a lot of fucking protests closing streets. Bullshit.
No, don't get me started with that. That won't.
I'm not. But I'm saying, like, God forbid.
Seems like you are, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
you want to see? Like, I'd probably run through a protest if, like.
Okay, wait, whoa. Okay, fair.
Yeah, it depends what they're protesting, but
yeah, fair.
Saints going to kick a field goal here, huh? They want to keep it.
Yeah.
They want to keep the game tight.
Mark, I am not the best with technology. I'm not. I'm no cussed. He's 100% worse. But I don't know what is going on.
You can't preface I'm no cuss, but like
yeah, just so the audience is aware. Jeff is also part of Mayo Media Network. I also do a show there every week with Pat Mayo and Cam Stewart. And Cust is he's a character. He's
Rob, I'm actually shocked. He's the most like loyal guy ever, and him quitting on the Jets has me a little like shaken.
No, Jets are going to go on a run now that he's quit on them. But as soon as he gets on the bandwagon again, they're going to I mean, the guy is a curse. He is an actual walking curse. I've never met someone who is as cursed as he is. I literally have not. I didn't even think curses were possible till I met him.
Is he actually a professor? Is that like a bit, or is he like actually?
Yeah, it's political science.
Yeah, it's the same as Dr. Eric Eager, you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
Doctor.
but Eager. No, that's an insult to Eager.
It's comparing.
I just mean like Tim is certifiably insane, but he has, there's like people like they have their items of expertise, and if you like spoke to Tim about politics, you'd probably be like, that's a different guy than like the guy I hear tell me he can, I don't know, like mountain climb or something.
Cuss is a great guy. He really is a great guy. The President's Cup, though, where a fan went up to him, noticed him, introduced himself, shook Cuss's hand, and then went back to the parking lot and his car was stolen. That's an all-timer. That is an all-timer.
And not only that, Rob, the dude was from out of town. So, like, imagine, it's not just like, holy shit, I've been waiting for the shuttle all day to get back to my car from the sporting event. It's one thing if you're literally like in the town you live. You call your brother, your dad, your wife, a friend, like your car being stolen when you've driven it like to another freaking country.
That's
like you're so screwed. Man. It's just don't get me wrong, it sucks anyway, but like, okay, I've had this really shitty day. At least my buddy's coming to pick me up. We'll smoke a cannon. I'll be home in 45 minutes and I'll deal with it tomorrow. Like,
right.
Is Jason frozen or he's just eating his mic?
No. I just realized
I eat the orange, pretending to eat the orange that he was going to eat. This is a 2-minute drill here for the Broncos. Personally, I have a decent stake in the Broncos tonight, which I mentioned pregame. I would love to see them get some points here. Really would.
We have 3 or 2.5.
Less. Got some pick. Got some -1.
What did it open at? 1?
It was this. We were waiting on this one, but my guy Hitman went on Broncos money line -105, and we had to bet it really quickly as we could. So, such as
when would that have been? Like Tuesday, Monday? Like
yeah, it was earlier in the week. I'm not. Let me just think back to. What's today? It would have been on Monday. Normally we don't bet Monday, almost certainly. But that was like, this was shaping up to be very bad injury report for New Orleans. We knew we were going to be on Denver no matter what. And had to chase it. There's Kroll, by the way, with another catch. So all the props would have won in the first half, which hopefully people bet them. I did not. I'm the idiot today.
Including the PGP.
The PGP one too.
Throwing that out there. We're not going to talk about the 50-1 no touchdown, though.
Yeah.
Not going to talk about that.
Bo Nix, by the way, is so lucky that Javonte Williams just happened to be here on this pass. Because he was just he was not interested. Money muck. Rob hooked the line by betting 1,000. Listen, we didn't get a full fill on it, but I can tell you it was Monday and we got a lot more than 1,000. I mean, literally, there's
the Broncos play the Panthers next week.
Yep.
I'll bet the Panthers.
Why? Well, we don't know the line is yet.
I just want to fade this fucking Broncos team. That's all. I think they're shit.
Yeah, I don't think they're very good. Oh, and Bo Nix tried really, really hard to throw a pick there. Should have been a pick. Tyrann Mathieu dropped one, dead in his hands. They like the Panthers are just so bad defensively, so bad. And
then the Broncos have a tough stretch, like teams that'll eat Bo's lunch. Back-to-back road games, Ravens and Chiefs.
Yeah, they'll fall apart. The Broncos will fall apart.
For the record, I just opened and looked at the Broncos schedule because I don't know it. So that one I actually opened to look at. But anyone questioning me like needing to download a Charger schedule, just
no. I think that they heard a keyboard earlier, but it was definitely Jason's keyboard. Because we know he likes to buy the loudest keyboard on the planet.
Oh, wait, whoa. That wasn't my purchase. That was not.
That was a classic Jacob. I could tell you right now. That was a classic Jacob.
He also hates the keyboard too. Like, we have to smash that keyboard. I think it was like a $10 keyboard. We have to smash that, by the way.
I'm not a wasteful person. We'll give it to somebody else. Like,
What if we get like more donation? Like, what if we set a donation goal to smash it?
Why don't we just go down to the office below us, the BetStamp office,
Yeah,
and swap that out with one of their keyboards and not even tell anyone? And somebody's just going to roll in one day and have a really loud keyboard.
The problem with that keyboard though is that it has no arrow keys. It has no F keys. It has no like it's. Listen, we didn't do a deep dive on keyboards before we bought the keyboard. That's on us, but
yeah, it's tough.
I
like how you did a deep dive reference right there, by the way. Shout out to Drew.
Yes. Shout out to Drew, whose Twitter is in the description if you want to check him out.
No shout out to Marvin Mims here for being a loser who dropped the ball when wide open.
He got the third down.
Yeah. Chosen, a reminder, we accepting donations, but they will not be to mute today. They will not be to mute. And also, did you put up a sentiment poll, by the way?
I was literally about to ask that question.
Because I think your sentiment is much higher. I think you're much more intolerable when it's the in-person stream.
Boys, Mookie bets.
Mookie.
Clear in the bases. Let's go.
Hello, Mookie. Mookie.
What was it? It was approved, disapproved, and I had something else. No opinion?
Neutral.
And
this time spelled disapproved.
I actually agree, James. Do you ever win with the jersey you're wearing? Does that team ever win the game?
You gotta keep track of this. You should go back
the
and
Buffalo
keep track
Bills won on Monday night.
Here's what we need to know. We need to know straight up and ATS record of the team whose jersey you wear. Honestly, if someone in the stream, this game sucks. Let's call it out for what it is. If you got some time tonight to put together those stats, that would be all right. He also changes mid-game.
And who out there is making
change mid-game?
George did a pretty serious circuit of appearances this week, Rob. Did you see that?
We're not going to do this. He did. George is riding the circuit for sure. I loved his breakdown of the 49ers Chiefs on
what was it?
Oh, it's a
I
Super
like
Bowl.
I like the 49ers. Is that bad?
Well, no, it's George does too. It's a Super Bowl revenge game, if you didn't know. And his gut is telling him that the 49ers are going to pull out a close one. But he ends the stream by saying, I don't really know what's going to happen. I just feel like my gut is telling me that this is going to happen, which is, classic.
Oh, my God. I spelled disapprove wrong. How did I do that?
No,
it's not even a bet. Do we just leave it? We leave it.
So
I had it spelled right originally, and then you like.
This will be a 52-yarder here, maybe? 50-yarder?
This is going to be, where are they at on the field? They're on the 34.
51.
51 indoors nowadays. That should be.
Yeah, it's like a 5-foot putt. Maybe the odds of making this putt might be higher than the PGA Tour average on a 5-foot putt, Rob.
And also, this is the Will Lutz revenge game, Jeff, as well. Right down the pipe. Right down the pipe, Willie Lutz. Willie, 16-3. Hello.
Well, this was the most clear over kicking points game. Don't know why I didn't think about it till now.
Yeah. All right, Jeff. I can let you go. You can watch baseball
I'll
tonight.
get out of here. Yeah. Okay.
That's it. All right. Later. What an exit. The most graceful exit you'll ever hear. Do you attribute stresses of gambling to the loss of hair? I don't know, honestly. I'm definitely losing hair. I will say I've always had this hairline. It's been consistent, this hairline, but I'm losing hair at the top here to comb it over. I don't know what it is. Definitely stress, probably related to gambling. I'm not someone that can take it easy in life by choice. I always overextend. That's probably it. Saw some comments earlier about Rob, do you get along with Stuckey? I like Stuckey and Raybon. Stuckey is a good one to listen to. So here's my whole thing. The Action Network for me, people think I hate the Action Network. I don't. I kind of dislike a lot of things about the business model. Yeah, this was my last interaction with Stuckey, which he very passive aggressively I basically made a comment of patting myself on the back for it was a Bills Broncos game. I hit it with ease, and I think a lot of the arguments made over the course of that week were very lame. around the other team. But this seemed like a great call. You can track these at the Action app. I probably shouldn't have responded as hastily as I did, but I did. And that was probably the last interaction I ever had with... Actually, that's not true. That's not true. Let me just search Stuckey 2 right now in my DMs. I believe I did reach out to him. I did. On January 10th of 2022, I DM'd Stuckey. Told him I regret that response. I wanted to apologize. No ulterior motives. Told him I wasn't expecting a response from him, but wanted to shoot him a note. Good luck with everything. That was my last interaction. I don't follow him. I don't follow his stuff. Period. That's it. I mean, I think the spot stuff is kind of a joke, Bobby. I'll be completely honest with you. I think the spot stuff, like all the stuff that's already factored into lines, whatever. Regardless, I don't know. Raybon cheesed me a few years back because he was, whether this was a function of the app or not, I don't know. But a friend of mine was going on and on about, you got to, Raybon is like live betting, NBA, got to tail this guy's stuff. He's amazing. I set the notifications in the Action app for Raybon NBA. These lines are non-existent. They were getting like 2 minutes after they had moved. And that was juicing the record a lot. I don't know about anything about Raybon, seriously, or Stuckey. I wish them the best. I don't really care. I don't follow them. I don't care. There are some people at Action that I really enjoy. Sean Kerner. I did a podcast with him like 6 years ago. I thought he was great. Doesn't misrepresent himself. I think he puts out good stuff. He's very analytical. He's a good guy. There's a few other hockey guys or random guys that I like there. I can't even pronounce his last name. Alex Kolodze or whatever. AK, I used to call him. Good dude. There's great people that work there. Overall. My issue has always been with misrepresentation. Little known fact, but when the Action Network was first forming, Brian Mead, who built the app, he was the counterparty to me when I was at the Score. I was the Score product manager. Brian Mead was Yahoo Sportacular's product manager. We had the same role in competing organizations. He left. He was building the Action app. He reached out to me and my partner at the time, Frank Brank, about doing some consulting on that. He wanted me to build some of the numbers, an engine for them in the background. It never facilitated, but in the early going, I was a big fan. I don't have anything against these people. Simon in particular really rubs me the wrong way because I think he flat out lies to people. And when you have a big following, I think you have to be honest with people. That's what we're trying to build here at the Hammer. We're not going to win on every show. In fact, a lot of the shows are going to lose. You know what? We recap every week. We don't lie to people. I think that's what it's all about, personally. But yeah, that's it. Like, so Stuckey, Raybon, I don't know. I have no idea. I just don't follow a lot of the stuff that they do. And now, not to excuse my behavior, but people know I dislike Simon so much that they listen to this stuff and they send it to me. And it's like impossible for me to ignore. It really is. I just can't. I can't. 6 more completions are needed in the second half here. Six more completions.
Are we going to cook something up for halftime, or what are we doing here?
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's been pretty spread around. Broncos are leading. Peyton will run. Like, they're gonna sit on the lead, right?
Yeah.
No one's getting like a lot of targets for New Orleans, but you got to figure that. Like, I would figure Foster Moreau had his run in the first half, and it's not going to How many two tight end sets are they going to have in the second half, right? They're trailing by 13. It's more of a Juwan Johnson second half than a Foster Moreau.
Maybe, but like, what if they just roll 2 tight end sets like the Ravens do, where it's like a fake 2 tight end sets where like Likely or Mark Andrews is basically just a slot receiver, where like Foster Moreau or what's his name, Juwan Johnson is basically a slot receiver.
Yeah, I feel like the most likely
Yep. Peter Lou just said Juwan is hurt. I think we need to fact check that because then that's like
it's important. Yeah, didn't Juwan go to the locker room? Thank you guys, appreciate that.
It's hard when we don't have we can't hear
the audio of the game, and the NFL feed did not report that, which I have a scraper for in real time. So unfortunately, I didn't see that. Okay, so then it is a Foster Moreau second half.
I guess so. Sorry, I'm laughing because I just saw a tweet that said Juwan Johnson to the locker room was one of the most bet on props tonight. So was Jordan Mason last week, one of the most bet on props.
Classic.
Sure, bud. Sure. But yeah, Juwan Johnson to the locker room.
J-Rod reporting on other show second halves. Okay, so here's what I think. I think the most likely scenario when the Saints are trailing is Alvin Kamara gets a lot of dump-offs, especially if it's like this late in the game.
Yeah,
I think that's the most likely scenario. So what do we got for Kamara receptions?
The 7+ is +130. That feels like they knew.
That feels like Tom Hardy. It's bait meme.
It's yeah.
No, I'm not saying they're trying to trap us or anything like that, but it seems a little bit like bait.
Listen. When I did that little thing where I looked like I was eating my mic for a second, I realized that, and I know there's no fantasy talk here, but I feel like people will enjoy this. I accidentally started Bub Means in a league. That's very important to me. So if we can like just maybe if we want to ride Bub Means with me, I don't know. Some alts, I don't know.
It's a hard pass.
Okay, all right. Well,
that is a hard pass. This is a good point by Patrick. Kamara already banged up. They might have a quick hook for him. They could get out of hand, and Kamara's toast.
I wonder what Kendre Miller is lined at. 11.5. He's at 8 yards.
Yeah, like he just needs to get another. But are they going to run the ball?
That's a good point. Like
it's got to get another carry.
It's got to get to a point where it's like the game is so out of hand that like they just run the clock. They want to run clock.
Yeah.
Market doesn't agree with me.
Yeah. Market's fading that. I need more suggestions. I'm really having trouble coming up with the game script here. I'm thinking Bo Nix under passing yards, but we have to see what the number is. Not just total yards. Like, do they take shots now? No, probably not. Oh, it's only 200.5 though, and he's already at 134. These guys at Fanduel, they might know what they're doing. What's Rattler's rushing plus passing? That I can see.
275 plus is +168. 300 plus is +360. It feels like we're getting like some depressed numbers just as a result of like.
Well, the thing is, this is where the bet and the numbers don't line up nicely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the book knows what the script is going to be.
Yes, but not in like a literal sense where it's like they know the outcome of the game.
Agreed.
So I don't know. I had to clarify.
No, it's a good clarify. Good to clarify. Our friends at FanDuel will be happy that you clarified that. They don't actually know the exact script of the game. Let's look at the anytime touchdown market. This is what I want to do. I want to sweat in the second half, and I want it on someone that's gotten some run so far. Keep scrolling down.
Okay.
Is this where we go?
We're already in on Mason Tipton.
I know, but like Estime or whatever the hell his name is.
Audric Estime, yeah.
Two runs for 10 yards. And he's lined at, people were lining up to bet him pregame at plus 550. Troy Franklin's not bad either, but do they pass? That's my problem.
It's about.
We're not betting both of these guys together.
No, I'm definitely not. This is not an SGP suggestion. Watch it hit now. But yeah, this is not. I'm just clicking away.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's do if we all agree that Kamara looks a little bit banged up or checked out, might get an early leash. Do we want to do Jamal Williams or Kendry Miller?
I want to say Kendry Miller just because I don't think Jamal Williams has had any touches yet.
They both got a carry. They both got one
carry
in this game.
Okay.
Or do we want to do both at like a very small
not together, separately
for a small amount each. This is what I'm going to do. I don't want to root for this. And everyone's saying Kendry, he's lined that way, right? But Kendry Miller's got 1 carry, 8 yards. Jamal Williams got 1 carry, 2 yards. And I feel like Williams would be more likely to be used in a goal line situation.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't think that Sean Payton would want to I guess he's a conservative coach. You don't think he wants to run up the score in New Orleans? You don't think he'll still try and throw? You think he'll just only run?
What's Denver defense anytime touchdown? Oh, it's way too. That's brutal. No, can't take 10-1. Can't take that.
How are they lined the third most likely of any Denver player is their freaking defense. That's fucked.
Yeah. I'm betting both of these right now. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to tell you the exact amount I'm putting on them, but I'm betting them individually as straight bets. I think they're worth a bet at these prices.
Okay.
And you just got to hope that the game gets out of hand at some point. You get maybe Kendry Miller in some sort of passing script. I mean, these are darts, people. Absolute darts. And I'm just trying to find something to root for in the second half. Going to call it out for what it is. Bet within your limits. And
I'm going to be honest, I'm staying off this. I don't want to bet.
Yeah,
I don't even know if there's going to be another touchdown in this game. Just to be honest.
Yeah.
Is there like a featured bet, no touchdowns?
I mean, does Kendry Miller get a touchdown in the second half more than 1 out of every 16 times? I'm going to say yes. Does Jamal Williams more than 1 out of every 21 times? That makes it just an EV bet. I say yes. I don't want to root for this shit because I need Denver.
But we also need something to root for.
Yeah, it's in. I'm in. All right. I don't need anything to root for. If Denver covers tonight, I'm having a good night. No, I don't need anything.
Well, okay, wait, hold on. I actually too late finding this, but
why is it
under
too late?
under 1.5 touchdowns plus 152? That feels like something that's I'm getting the thumbs down. I'm getting the thumbs down.
Like a shit bet to me.
All right. I'm off it.
All right. You know what? Let's bring China in because China's good with props.
Yeah, you're good with props. How's it going?
China, what's going on?
What's happening, guys? How you doing?
Yeah, we're doing good. Denver's winning. That's good for me so far. And honestly, all the props that I gave out and I didn't bet on the game because I'm a loser, they all won already anyways. So it's a good night for everyone, I think, so far.
Did you bet that? I saw you hit like 150-1 touchdown thing you threw out a couple of weeks ago. Did you place any money on that?
No. So here's the full story. The people do want to know your exact height, by the way, as well, China. You look very tall in this.
I'm 6 foot 1/2 inch exactly.
6 foot and a half inch.
Yes.
I'm 6 feet on the nose. You got me by a half inch.
I think it's the way I have the camera here because
it's below. It's looking up at you. It makes you look like a skyscraper.
There we go.
Anyways.
All right.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. You don't have to move around the camera. You look all right. No. So I'll tell you what happened. I gave out 3 individual bets on an anytime touchdown score. And my producer, Jason, was bringing them up on screen. And as he brought them up on screen, it showed the total parlay amount, which is 171-1. I said to the people, I'm going to bet them individually. I'm not going to bet them in a parlay. Jason said, I'm going to bet them in a parlay. A bunch of people bet them in a parlay, and it ended up winning. Yeah. So unreal. It won't happen again this year, I'm pretty certain.
Right.
But, you need to win one of those every –
right.
If you're doing one a week, you need to win one of those every 10 years to be break even.
I'm good for the next 10 football seasons.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah, we had something like that a few weeks ago where a buddy of mine mentioned, like, if Alabama gets down or whatever, Milroe might have to throw. And then I found like a 275 plus alt. His line was like 200. He threw for like 350 or 400 in the game, and we got like plus 950 on that. And then we hit like two other ones, but we didn't put them all together. But whatever, they were those are fun bets.
Yep, I totally agree. Listen, at the end of the day, I tell people this all the time. I bet for a living. I try to get as many good bets as I possibly can. I'm always looking for value. I'm always looking for good bets, but sometimes I will be willing to admit that I'm not making a good bet. And I'm just doing it out of, making the game interesting. And it's fine. Like, listen, like the parlay bettors putting a small amount of money down to win a large amount of money, that appeals to me too sometimes. I'm human. Like, I want to watch the second half of a game. I'll throw a couple $100 down to win like 20K. And it's probably not going to happen, but I like stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot. I've been taking a weekly trip over to the local casino, go in there, and I just hit like 10 9-to-1 shots on alt prop overs. And if they come in, they come in. And I've done pretty well with them so far. And they're fun to follow. And this isn't like, I'm usually rooting for boring game, all unders, all under props, but it does put a little bit more juice into following the stuff, It actually brings my passion back a little bit because, when you do so much of this stuff, it can tend to get boring from time to time.
Yep, I totally agree with you. And that's another great point too. Like, I don't know how you feel. I'm only speaking on my own behalf, but sports betting gets very stale for me sometimes. And some people can't understand that. They're like, oh, you make good money. But sometimes it does feel like a job, and oftentimes it does. So I'll do whatever I can sometimes to just like get out of the mold of,
Yeah, just being a robot. Being
Exactly.
a robot. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Second half has started with Cedric Wilson dropping a ball.
That's not good for me.
Do you have overs?
Let's resync.
I got some overs on Cedric, just on his receiving yards.
Got it. Well, it would only been like 3 yards there, but I'll resync. The play clock is at 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and play snapped. And it's a pass out to Kamara. Am I ahead or behind you?
You're like 2 seconds ahead of me.
Okay, so we're fairly similar.
Yeah, that's fine.
Juwan Johnson is back in the game on that snap.
I need him too.
I think that this is the score line for those guys.
Yeah, I have a bunch of scrubs to go over tonight.
Yep. That I don't blame you. I think a lot of people are on it's an injury game for the Saints. Got a lot of guys that are in there that maybe are not priced properly. That was Juwan Johnson there.
See, this is another scenario where I would never bet these overs, but I'm coming on stream tonight. I want some stuff to root on. It's fun. Yep. I found 2 to 3 yard discrepancies, and I hate having the overs. I wish I had the unders at higher prices, but this is just what I found, so I just took it all.
Yep, I get it. China bet his fun amount of money on these props tonight, $2,500. Who got injured there? Who was that for the Saints? I couldn't even tell. Couldn't even tell who it was. What else is new, my man? What's you're in the Northeast, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Starting to get cold.
Yeah, it's getting cold. Had a frost this morning, but it's beautiful. The leaves are changing. It's good for getting outside, but that winter's coming soon. But Yeah, it's going great.
Yeah. I'm a little bit depressed when it starts to get colder.
Yeah.
It signals the end of golf season.
Yep.
We're only a few months away from having to shovel the driveways.
Yep. And you're basically just waiting just watching football, and then you got to wait a couple of months till April. That's the only good thing about the winter, unless you're into winter stuff, which I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not. I like winter sports, but this is old man Rob talking now. Like skiing, snow, they hurt my knees.
Right.
I don't have the knees for it anymore, or else I would do it a lot more. I actually started curling last year, which I found to be real fun.
Right.
Because I think it was fun because I was good at it. I think anytime you pick up a sport quickly and you're like good, you become a little bit more excited about it going forwards. So, yeah, I'm going to be trying some of that this year, but I'm not a winter sports guy for the most part. I prefer being indoors and hot.
Curling originated from Canada, right?
I believe it originated in Scotland.
Okay.
But I don't know that. I honestly don't know that. Producer Jason will get on top of it, or the chat will. They'll let us know. But yeah, I don't know exactly where it originated. But I'm an old man now. It's just the kind of game that suits me.
It looks fun.
It is. It's a steep learning curve, I would say. But once you get the hang of it, it is pretty fun. Curling has a long history in Scotland.
Okay.
I don't know how I knew that, man. I don't know how I knew that. Oh man, Hitman is going to be upset right now. That was McLaughlin. Jaleel McLaughlin.
That's not good for me either.
Yeah, everyone's got McLaughlin unders, and it's only his second carry of the game, and he breaks it off for like 21 yards.
Yeah, that's an X for me. I have his under receptions as well.
Okay.
So I think that should be live right now.
Yeah, he doesn't have a catch yet in the game. So
that's good.
That is pretty good. I kind of just want Denver to punch one in on this drive.
So you have Denver. What did you get for a line on this?
We bet. Well, it's hard to say the average price,
right?
But because we bet it all the way up to -1.5.
Okay.
And it was steaming, so I had to do some work. Got some no-vig stuff on Denver too, but not the biggest bet. But I just like starting out the week with a win, like
for sure.
I lost on Jacksonville on the London game on Sunday morning, and I was just like, why did I do this to myself? Type of thing. So
it's good to start the week off with a win. It can affect it affects my mood for sure. If I lose 2 or 3 big props like early in the week, I don't know. Fridays and Saturdays become brutal a little bit, and it hasn't been good weekdays for me this year. Not at all.
Big third down here. 3rd and 5. Oh, that guy's being held. What is that? 1-on-1? 1-on-1 to Lil Jordan Humphrey? Can't say that would be the play that I would go for.
Little Jordan isn't little either. He's like 6'5".
He's a big Jordan. Big apostrophe Jordan Humphrey.
Yeah.
Big apostrophe Jordan. Would you ever consider putting an apostrophe in your child's first name?
Not. I've never thought about it. Not that I could say I have.
It's a hip thing to do nowadays, I think. Definitely a hip thing. Trendy.
I was researching a college guy the other day, and he had a space in between his first name. His first name was Ty space SON, Ty Son with the space. Never saw it. I've never seen that before.
Wouldn't the son just be the middle name?
I don't think it was. I don't think it is.
Yeah, like on the birth certificate, when you fill it out, first name was Ty space son.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. I'm
Mm.
pretty sure that's what it is. It's Ty Son Lawton. I think he's a running, maybe a running back for like Indiana or something.
Mm. So you're doing some college props too, then?
Mostly college props, yeah. Very, very heavy load of college props.
There's just so many games, like so many games.
There's so many games, and with all these legal outs that have come in, the menus are just insane on this stuff compared to what they were. It used to just be top 25 games. Now it's like every Power 4 game, every weeknight game.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's an insane menu to pick out of, but the downside of it is like it starts on Monday and it doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop all week. And they just keep coming out every day, these props. And honestly, I've been by the time Friday or Saturday comes around the last couple of weeks, like I feel like I've put my head through a vice. So,
yeah.
Trying to find a way to balance my time and everything, just balance everything more.
Right.
But yeah, it's just a heavy workload.
Patrick says you can have a double first name like former USC quarterback John David Booty.
John David.
I'm sure Jason was a big fan of that guy. Like every other USC quarterback. John David and Booty as well. Ooh, that's you, Jason.
A big fan of Booty. My favorite Booty is General Booty, though.
Womp womp. Oh, man.
Do you got the Subway commercial on now? Do we get the same commercials?
No.
I didn't think so.
I was getting these Beyonce commercials on Monday Night Football, and they were it's a racy commercial, I'll tell you that. The one where she's at the laundromat, holy moly. Can't believe they're putting that stuff on TV these days. No, what am I getting here? I'm just getting a recap of Saints Super Bowl win with come back to the game now with Sean Payton.
This is the Billy Walters game, right? Didn't he make this game like 7.5 or something or I don't know, it was like a 7-point discrepancy.
Yes. I didn't know where you were going with that. Yeah, that was where like the game was a pick'em in the Super Bowl, and he said that he made one of the teams -7. I'm going to tell you this. I really respect everything Billy Walters has been able to accomplish in his career. Made like an infinite amount of money, the most respected bettor in the game by like you talk to any bookmaker back in the day. But he has said some stuff in the last 5 years that has really made me question his sanity.
Is it? I don't run NFL stuff like that, but do you ever get a discrepancy like that? Like when you run a model that's like that far off the market?
It's extremely rare. I get them more in hockey than I do in football. Football, almost never. Like literally, I can't. There's be some teams that I know I'm off market on. Hockey, I'll get them a lot. Not quite that drastic, but I look into the teams. Like I look into the game whenever something like that comes up. And as long as there's a rational explanation for it, then I'm okay with it. But I also won't bet like the full Kelly on it. You know, I'll scale it because sometimes I'll get bets that are like would be enormous.
Right.
And I'm not confident enough in my number on that, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that he said was the bookies trying to get equal action on both sides.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know. I think that for years, that's kind of like a myth, but it's the most common thing that people say.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he just said it quick in the moment like that because it was just like the easiest thing to say. I
would love to interview him to ask him this stuff because and this is not disrespect to Spanky at all. I actually talked to Spanky before his interview with Billy Walters a little bit about it. And I'm sure he couldn't ask him everything that he wanted to ask, but I would love to interview Billy Walters and ask him stuff like that because I wonder how much of it is intentionally misleading, if at all. Or maybe it's just like it was a different time and at certain times that things could have been true that aren't true anymore. I don't know. It's really, really challenging.
See, that's the most common thing people have like is from when I was 18 all the way until I don't know recently. People always say that they just want to get balanced action on both sides, which is impossible, and just take the juice. But I don't think so. I just think they want people to bet the stale side and prey on people that are weak to dump tons of money.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like most people are going to be true coin flippers in the long run. They have no edge. It's 50-50. You're charging them minus 110 on both sides. You're going to win in the long run. And on top of that, they're going to parlay those edges. They're going to play stupid teasers.
Right.
It's just let people bet type of thing. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know the motivation for him saying that, but that was definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting,
because my answer always came from like credit bookies. Like, where do credit bookies make the most amount of money? And it's Sunday nights. People just pile on that game, and it's like, I don't know. It's not about the balanced action. It's just about people going crazy.
Yeah, for those that don't know, like with the credit bookie stuff, like right now you're betting into legals and you just have your account balance and that's it. Credit bookies, you would have a week. Your week would start on Monday, end on Sunday. And at the end of Sunday, whatever you were down for that week, you had to pay it. Or whatever you were up, you would hopefully collect. Although you'd hear a lot of excuses about why you can't collect as well. So, yeah. The Lord McD asks me, have you ever had a losing NFL season? I've had several. Those were long before I've done this for a living. So, I say this without trying to not be as arrogant as possible. It should be almost impossible nowadays to have a losing NFL season. And I'm saying this not from the like betting sides and totals in games. There's so much of a menu available to you across so many sports books. It should be impossible to lose on the NFL. Impossible.
Agree. Hard to
winning major market sides and totals is a different story. That's
right.
That's very different. And if you're betting those on like a Sunday, you're toast. But that's it. Yep.
Yeah. The menus, it's just ridiculous. There's just so much to pick and choose out of.
Mm-hmm. How have you decided over time what metrics are important for your NFL model? So for me personally, I'm lucky enough where I work with a partner that is a genius software engineer and built out a incredible backtesting framework for us. So whenever there are new metrics available, we can basically play around with them and test changes against previous years. So we could update our model for this year using a new metric and then test it against previous years to see what our ROI would have been, what our error metrics are. It's a long-winded question, and definitely I don't work with Kanish. Kanish is not a genius software engineer. Yeah. Hello. No. Big 3rd and 1 here. Hello, Bo Nix. Holy shit, man. What a run.
Is Bo Nix the new Daniel Jones? Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
It's his neck is way smaller.
Okay. And he's definitely not going to pull K Adams. No offense, Bo Nix. Also, how did Daniel Jones pull K anyways?
I don't know. I didn't even know that was a thing, but that's just me.
That was like an internet rumor. China, I know you said you were on overs and you don't bet overs a lot. Did you play any alts?
No alts. Just straight.
Okay.
I just opened a few books and just started looking around and just took whatever was the best prices.
Yeah.
I hate having this many overs too because I hate rooting for things to happen because there's nothing worse than when they don't happen.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I'm with you.
I'd rather have a grenade fall on me when I have an under in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Just lose it. There's nothing worse than the torture of sweating it over and losing it, especially a close one.
Is this the second Javonte Williams touchdown?
We got Javonte Williams.
The last
it
anytime.
is, yeah.
This was the game, eh? This was the game. I talked about it.
Should have
earlier in the year.
played Broncos alts were the play.
Yeah. Alt spreads. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Let's get some Bub
You live and
means
you
going,
learn.
though, maybe.
Yeah. I didn't mention this before the game, but this was what I would call the moron game. Because no matter which side you bet, if you bet the losing side, you're going to feel like a moron. Because you're going to be like, why the hell would I ever have laid 3 points with Bo Nix on the road in an NFL game? Or you're going to be on the other side and be like, why the hell would I ever take this team that has no offense, can't move the ball whatsoever? It's the classic moron game.
You get the GRP treatment when you're a loser, like everybody who bet Dallas on Sunday, right?
Oh, of course. You got no mojo. If you
No
bet the Saints
mojo.
tonight, don't have sex with your wife or your partner. Probably don't even eat a late night meal or anything like that. Skip breakfast tomorrow. Your mojo is gone. Don't even bother putting in a bet. I love this. Because anyone who watches it is a moron.
That made my day the other day. That was a good promo.
Oh, he is a true expert at cutting promos. I will say, he is a true expert, and I don't even think he thinks about them all that hard. I think it comes to him naturally, which is really impressive. Really impressive.
Agreed.
Yeah. Kurtar says GRP is a one of one. I'm with you. There is no other GRP. That's for sure. That is for sure. It's this is the first game this year that I can think of that is going to be a real challenge for me to take it home in the fourth quarter. It's going to be like I got to root in my bet right till the end of the game, but this is a bad game to watch. Very, very bad game.
Agreed.
Poor Bung needs how many more completions? 4 more completions from Bo Nix. And, I mean, there's still a quarter and a half left. It feels like that's not even going to happen.
What did you catch any of the Drake May the other day? What are your thoughts on what you saw out of Drake May?
I thought people overreacted to so Drake May and Spencer Rattler started last week. I thought that based off the way the commentary was on Twitter, that like I was going to watch these games and both of them were going to be lights out, and they weren't. I definitely see the potential in May for sure. He did miss some throws, and like, listen, he's young, he's going to do that. I thought he held up better behind that O-line, but it's hard to say because they were in a trailing game state the whole game, right?
Right. Yep.
And that kind of works to your benefit when the defense is starting to play a little bit softer. But overall, I think May is going to be solid. Rattler, like, I don't know what people were watching last week. He very clearly, he cannot process the field. He can't. It takes him he's like a one-read guy, and he gets stuck on that read. And yes, he has an arm. He can sling it. But I'm interested to see May against Jacksonville because that's a bad defense.
See if he can tear them up, yeah.
I'll be very interested to see that one. So, and I don't think I'm going to have anything on that game. I was looking at the over. It got bet down quite a bit today. And then as soon as it hit like my target, it got bet towards the over. But that'll be an interesting one.
I'll tell you what I'm interested to see. What happens if Jacksonville loses 2 more games? Do they ever make the switch to Mac Jones? Is it possible? Like when they're like 1-7?
That's a good question. I'm going to say no. It won't happen.
I mean, I don't know. At some point, if the coach doesn't get fired and they go off 1-7, 1-8, not saying I think he's better, but I think it's preseason, but he had a pretty dominant preseason in that system.
I know. It's just because of Lawrence being the 1 overall pick. And right. I mean, listen, Carolina got off Bryce Young, but I just can't see it. first of all, if they lose this week, Doug Peterson is gone. It's done. They're going to fly home from London. He's canned, period. I think. I would be really surprised if that didn't happen. But Brink says Lawrence will get a mysterious injury. I mean, the optics of them benching the first overall pick would be really bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But yeah, who was the running back in there, by the way, just out of curiosity? That was Jamal Williams. Okay. So both running backs now have 2 carries, Miller and Williams. A Saints first down is very, very weird.
Is there a team in recent memory that's gone such a crazy swing in like EPA or just like, I know it's obviously Derek Carr related injury, a bunch of injuries on their offense line, but like to think about where the Saints team was like in weeks 1, 2, and 3, and then the swing that they've gone from like 4, 5, and 6, or maybe not 4, but like more so 5, like the last 2 weeks. Like, I mean,
I feel like an idiot for having bought into the Saints after like a couple weeks this season, because it's still Dennis Allen. And listen, you can't discount the injuries. They obviously matter. And any team that loses as many players as the Saints have lost are going to be struggling. Jamal Williams is still in the game, by the way.
He's rumbling.
Fuck. If they could go down the field with Jamal Williams, hello.
Yeah, no Rashid.
Shaheed.
Yeah, Raheed Shaheed. I mean, he's been their big play guy. So, and he's done for the year now.
Yep. Yeah, that was a tough.
Bub. Can we get a big Bub banger? Nope.
No, we're not going to get a.
All right. Well,
yeah.
It's just
Chris Olave is great, but Chris Olave gets concussed like twice every year, and he's been in the league for like 3 years, not even.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Like, he's very special talent, but guy's been dealing with concussion issues.
Is he out with a concussion?
Yeah. Olave's concussed.
Yeah, there's like no star power at all on like either, except for like Kamara. It's just a bunch of scrubs. I couldn't believe when I opened this game tonight. I was going down this prop list. I'm like, wow, like these are guys that I bet on in college, and like they're all scrubs on NFL rosters now.
Yeah, could be worse. Judah had Saints 14 betting. So I do some stuff with Judah betting on the side. I don't know if people know this or not, but Judah is very good at alts and same game parlay stuff.
Judah Fortgang.
Yeah.
I heard that podcast with him a couple of weeks ago. I was impressed.
Yeah. He's the thing with alts is sometimes you don't necessarily even take what you think is going to happen. You kind of just build the story. And I've talked about this a lot and he's very, very good at finding stuff that is just not really priced properly. So yeah. That's it. Tipton is starting to get the action, by the way. Poor Jason. Bub Beans.
Dead.
Bub Beans.
Dead. D-E-A-D. Dead.
D-E-D. D-E-D, as the Gen Zs would say.
Is that... No, that's cap. You're capping right now.
Bet.
I got Cedric Wilson. Thought that was what it means. Yeah.
Always great when they zoom in on a helmet lying on the ground. You know it's illegal hands to the face every single time. Helmet lying on the ground. Yeah.
Oh man. Bub is Jover.
So that was 2nd and 18. So this will be illegal hands 10 years. It'll be 2nd and 28 coming up here. Exactly where the Saints want to be, Team that can't move the ball in 2nd and 28.
I'll tell you something. There's a rumor that this goes back to what you're saying about Rattler processing the field. Like his 3 to 4 biggest games in college, they had the signs because the Michigan sign stealer guy gave them the signs because they needed them to beat those teams for the ranking positions.
Did you watch that doc on Netflix? It was like
no, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. It was the Michigan sign stealer guy. I can't remember specifically what it was, but it was really interesting. I always knew that this stuff happened, especially in college football. but I didn't know the extent to which it was going on. And it's like the game within the game. I love stuff like that. You know how much I would. The guy didn't get paid to do anything. He was actually traveling on his own dime to different stadiums to help the team. But
and he was amazing at it too.
Oh yeah, he was very, very good at it. But I would love to be the guy that's deciphering signals for other teams. I think I'd be really, really good at that. Bub means, by the way, that was like 15 yards there, Jason. Bub screens, as they say. Yeah. Your mic is not on. You're muted, but it's okay. It's fine. You can...
Bob! That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
So did you watch that whole documentary?
I did.
Did they say that he was giving like the signs to other schools?
There was other schools that had their own sign guys.
Okay. Because I've heard that he gave those signs to like, because Rattler played at South Carolina, so for them to beat Clemson would help Michigan.
Yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. They didn't talk about that. They did talk about how the sign guys talked to one another as well. Yeah, sign guys. So like Zach is trying to say like, oh yeah, Rattler played in conferences nowhere near Michigan, but they would look at the schedule and try to help one another out type of situation. So I could totally see that. But that was cool, Doc. I like, listen, I'm not like Houston Astros finding edges in sports, banging garbage cans in the dugout, but there's nothing that they did that was illegal. The sign stealer guys, nothing. And I think finding edges like that is great.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah. They're not deflating footballs, not deflating balls. What do you think, Jason? You think that never happened? Of course,
well,
it fucking
not
happened.
that it never happened, but it's like in the NFL rule book, there's a certain PSI range.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers publicly has admitted to significantly overinflating his balls, but that doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter because they didn't catch him.
Yeah, but it makes it easier to throw when you overinflate the ball, so it definitely does benefit him.
It also makes it much harder to catch, dude. You ever try to catch a rock hard ball like that?
So then if you
on a fastball from Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
Timeout. This was in a game that was, I think it was 46-3, by the way, right? That was that the score?
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it maybe was not had nothing to do with the inflation of the balls.
The Patriots ran for like 400 yards in that game.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Man. Listen, they cheated. But you know what? Sometimes you got to cheat to win. Just like Eddie Guerrero used to say. Cheat to win, baby. Viva la razza. My fourth quarter guest will know exactly what I'm talking about. Eddie.
Win if you lose. Win if you can. Lose if you must. Always cheat. That's a Don Morocco promo. Old wrestler. And I bet you that's where Eddie Guerrero probably got it from him.
Very possible. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero, man, was I lie, I cheat, I steal. Everybody know. Yeah, everyone in the comments knows that was his classic move. I lie, I cheat, I steal. So good. China, my man. I don't think we're quite at the end of the third quarter here yet, but it's been a slog of a game.
It has been.
It has been a slog of a game.
Yeah.
A real challenge. It's better when your bets are doing well. It's good when your bets are doing well. Let me actually check how Hitman's releases are doing so I know what kind of mood he's going to be here in the fourth quarter. I don't think you like that Jaleel McLaughlin run just like you didn't. Guy's got 2 carries and one of them ended up being 21 yards. I don't think.
What did he have for releases? I'm curious to see if any of them line up to what I found today in the markets.
I don't want to give away his full lists because
okay. People pay for it, that's fine.
But McLaughlin, he has under 21.5 and he's at 3 for 25. So gonna need we're gonna be rooting for a -4 yard carry for McLaughlin in the fourth quarter here. That'll be big.
So I got a worse line on that, but it was certainly the market probably steamed. That's probably why.
Yeah. Hitman, he doesn't want to chase the steam. He is the steam.
There's only
steam.
There's only one thing better than that is being the steam and then winning, chasing that steam.
Is that better? I don't know. I guess
If
winning
you
is
can-
good all around.
Well, winning
yeah.
is good if you're the steam, but if that you can beat the steam that moved too, that's a superpower.
Mm.
I've had trouble doing that this year.
It is certainly challenging.
It is. It's very challenging.
I look at Bo Nix's father at home, Patrick, enjoying the game, taking selfies. Looks like a good dude. Vele didn't get this. That would have been a completion for Bo, but I got called back.
I got Vele too. This looks like it's going to be a gutter ball of epic proportions on some of these overs. Wilson, Vele, Kamara, Means, Johnson, Tipton.
I think that was McLaughlin that got that carry. Official hitman in orbit. Another planet right now after that one. China, all the best, my man. Good luck with the college bets this weekend. Appreciate you joining.
All right. Thank you very much.
It was good. China Maniac, everyone. Check him out on Twitter. He's fantastic prop better. Heavy hitter, too. Knows his stuff. Knows his stuff. Jason, get in here.
It's a rough game we're watching right now.
It's tough. I have to piss, and I want to take like a quick leak before we get to the fourth quarter here, because it's going to be a banging fourth quarter. People are not going to want to leave the fourth quarter.
It should be a lot of fun. I guess we'll roll Q&A right now. Now that my approval rating is in the net positive, still net negative, but 38 approval rating. Approval plus neutral is through the roof. Do we get golf, guys? Scott, I have some good news for you. Maybe. You'll have to tune in and find out. Any more questions? Fire my way. How many jerseys do you have? I don't have an accurate count just yet. I want to say I have between 15 and 20 of each team. I have multiple of teams. So I have 2 Jaguars jerseys. I have 3 Dolphins. I don't know how I got to that. A couple Pats jerseys. 2. That's couple more. Can't remember. Drop in the chat whatever you guys need to hit right now. I like this kind of energy. Can we get Veli, however you pronounce his name, 5 more yards? Let's get some Juwan yards. 38% is better than Trudeau. Guys, also, if you haven't seen it on Twitter, Levi, if you're in the chat still, I don't know if you're here. I tried the shower orange, immaculate, 10 out of 10. Would recommend the shower orange. I loved it. Levi, I don't know if you're here, but yeah, good. Shower orange is a
shower orange. We're not talking shower orange again. I cannot believe that this is a real thing.
Why?
We're not.
Okay.
It's not real. No one's eating an orange in the shower. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. Where do you throw the peels? It doesn't make any sense. Shower beer is where I draw the line. Shower beer is amazing, by the way. After a round of golf, you get in, you rip a shower beer. That's a dream. Shower orange. Not take anyone seriously.
Shower orange is greater than shower beer. I don't understand what you're talking about with the peel. You eat it.
You don't eat the fucking. And no one eats the peel. No, do not do. That's fucking gross, dude. Those are so bitter. They're disgusting, dude. Come on. This is a classic. I would be so embarrassed to be a Gen Z. Thank God I'm not. It's embarrassing. Look at this behavior. Embarrassing. I'm so proud to be a millennial boomer mix hybrid.
Figure it out.
All right, fourth quarter. Let's bring Hitman in here. Hitman, we anticipated this. Me and you are both on the Broncos. We said to ourselves today, we're like, there's a very good chance this is going to be a blowout in the fourth quarter. Broncos are going to smoke these guys. We need another guest. That's going to help bring this home today. For those that don't know, and you guys obviously know because you watch all the streams together, me and Hitman love to golf. We've gotten a lot better. And when I say we, I mean Hitman, not me. And there's a specific reason for that. You can get into it now, Hitman.
All right, we're going to put on my buddy. So my buddy Jared is a current pro golfer, but formerly had a Corn Ferry Tour card, has played a bunch of PGA events, and we wanted to BS about some golf because, like we said, this game sucks, Rob. So, Yeah, if people go on my Twitter, I tweeted about he's doing some lessons for people and everything. I'm sure, Rob, you've seen my scores the past year. It helps that I play more than guys on tour. You see how often I play during the off season. But,
I mean, you're telling me to wrap up shows early so you can get out on the course. You're like, yeah, we need to end forward progress.
I played 9 after forward progress on Wednesday. So we and if anybody got some questions, then we'll roll through them and all that. So,
all right, let's bring him in here. Jared Hack, everyone. Jared, great to meet you.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see
Let
you.
me ask you real quick, Rob. You ever think when we started the Hammer that we would get to the point where we'd have pro athletes coming on our stream? Is this the moment that we made it?
Well, I thought Joey Knish was a professional push-up artist. No, at one point, like consider that a pro athlete, right? 15 push-ups in like 15 minutes, I think, is what he did. But yes, it's great to meet you, Jared. I'm a huge fan of golf. I wanted to have you on here in the fourth quarter, especially. But I gotta talk to you about your last name because it's Hack.
It's just ironic.
It's like the most like anti-golf last name that you could possibly have.
I mean, calling to get practice round tee times and stuff for tournaments, guys are like, no, really, what's your last name? I'm like, I'm playing, man. It's in the field.
There's a tool out there. It's the Hack Motion tool. Do you have any like affiliation with that at all?
Zero. Haven't heard of it until you just said it.
Okay, so I actually went to the local sim today and I used it. It's like a wrist trainer, but it connects Bluetooth to your phone and it's like trying to train wrist angles at different points in your swing. And it gives you drills based off of your wrist angles. And I got to tell you, I got very frustrated because
that sounds difficult.
Yeah, I have a genuine issue with getting like my hands forward at impact. Not that I'm like necessarily a scooper, but I don't have a lot of shaft lean at impact and I can't figure it out.
Hitman, it sounds like we got to get him on the alignment stick drill.
Dude, so Jared, the last time I was with him a few months ago before the season started, he told me, because I had a lot of early extension, which is basically standing up when I make impact.
Yep.
And he was like, listen, like start throwing. Here's what you do with an alignment stick, because if you early extend, you can't throw the alignment stick. It'll just get stuck on the ground and everything. Yeah. Right. And you can't throw it straight. So we get back to the hotel. I get back to my hotel room and we're staying at the Wynn. My wife's with me. She gets out of the shower and I just hear, what the fuck are you doing? And it's me in the room with an alignment stick, throwing it against the bed.
He sends me a text like my wife thinks I'm a psychopath.
Like you talk about just how sick I am. It really is a borderline obsession.
It is, but you almost have to have that. Like every morning when I'm making my coffee, I swing in front of a mirror as my coffee is brewing every single day. Just like training different positions. I like to think it helps, but like that's the amount of commitment I will have to doing stuff like that. We're going to open up a Q&A here. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to open up a Q&A here for anyone who wants to get in on some questions. Yeah.
Before we open up the Q&A, I have to ask who's the better golfer between Rob and Hitman? Because I've heard some things that like Hitman might be better. I've heard some things that Rob might be better. Like what's the dealio there?
So I think we both take it seriously enough that we track everything because we want to see our improvement. I'm pretty sure Hitman's handicap is low. I'm a 14.5 handicap.
Okay. Rob, I've golfed with you. You're sandbagging yourself a bit, but regardless, Jared, listen, the only way to figure this out is just to do a quick swing review video. Jared, if you're okay with that, I have two swings here. One from Hitman, one from Rob. If you just give me a second.
Where did you get a swing of mine? Where did you find a swing of mine?
Me and Jason made shit happen.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now it's giving me a hard time, of course, but give me 1 second here. All right. Let's see if
this is going to be an old swing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was getting a little too stuck on the inside at this point in my life, but let's play the video. Sure.
All right. We
Look
need
how
the swing
long
review.
Rob takes to hit the fucking ball. Like fucking just
the
hit
rocking from heel to toe. All right.
Are you contemplating your whole life, Rob? Behind the ball?
I'm trying to find balance in my feet.
Okay, we can work with that.
There you go. Yeah, that was. I definitely have a tendency to get stuck too far on the inside sometimes. I think that takeaway. I've worked on it a little bit more to. But all right. I mean, as long as we can work with that, I'm happy with that. I'm happy.
You look like you just got off like a 13-hour shift as a night nurse or something with those scrubs. Or
I mean, those
Levi caught it. Levi caught it.
You know what? Here. I'll stand up for 1 second, but I'm wearing the exact same shorts right now or pants that I was in that video, which is like that is a simulator session, and it's classic, like trying to get out of my house really quickly immediately after I did something, and I'm going wearing the clothes that I'm in at that point.
Hey, as long as you're comfortable and having fun, that's where we start, with golf. So
all right.
That's the name of the game.
Also, ask it, man. If I'm not giving any crap, I don't like you. So
appreciate that.
If you guys want to check out Jared's the pin message in the chat right now, you can get some lessons from Jared like we're doing right now. Quick little hitman now. But before I get into Hitman, shocked at how tall Hitman actually is. Didn't believe him when he said he was 6'1" or whatever it is, but the proof is in the pudding unless you're using kids' irons. Like you're tall. You're tall.
All right. Now we got to get the chat to say Hitman swing or Rob swing. You see nice little divot there.
Yeah, it's
a
nice.
little divot, stuck it on the green. I think it was like a 6 or 7 iron. I'm thinking maybe, but it's up to the chat and Jared.
I personally like a lot. Yeah. I like a lot of things I saw at Hitman swing there too. You can't listen. I took a divot on my shot as well.
I think the chat is all over.
The chat's going after me.
Yeah,
I'm the better handicap.
But honestly, Hitman, I don't know about your backswing. That was like
Hitman. I gotta say, from an aesthetic standpoint, we got to go with Rob. Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
But from a game theory and management standpoint, I know that you've got it dialed. You understand how to manage your game. So on the course, I would vote you. But from an aesthetic standpoint, I got to go with Rob.
Thank you. I do appreciate that, and he's obviously referring to both the golf course and our the way we look in real life as well, from an aesthetic standpoint, very clearly. Although that's a nice haircut you got there, Hitman. That's pretty good, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you for noticing. Good. You got a nice haircut too, Rob.
Thank you very much.
We got this. I went in and I asked for the Pizzola.
So I will say the biggest issue with my game is I beat myself up a lot on the course. And like when I hit one bad shot, it's really hard for me to get over it.
Do you have kids?
I have no kids.
Do you have dogs?
I have a dog, yes.
Okay. So if your dog, accidentally went to the bathroom in the house, whatever, you'd be a little upset, but you wouldn't talk poorly to them, right? Like, I guess what I'm going to is talk to yourself how you would talk to your friends. Like if Hitman hits a bad shot while we're playing golf and he's like, damn it, I suck and all that. I'm like, dude, you're not going to talk to your future kids that way. So, and this is something I'm saying out of my own learning too, right? Because I was terrible at this as well. I beat myself up. I lived and died by every shot that I hit. So if you can take a step back and say, hey, listen, would I talk to my friend's daughter like this? Or, my dog, whatever it is, think about it that way. And you'll be like, man, it's a game. I tried my best. I didn't do this on purpose. Let's get better from it. Let's learn something from it instead of beating ourselves up from it. And it's a very hard thing to do. It's an awareness thing. But if you can start with that, it'll help.
I love that. I'll have to remember it when I'm on the course. But yeah, listen, it's easier said than done. I do agree though. Sure. It's like once you get into the habit of not really like just, it's a bad shot. It's out of the way. let's move on here. I know I'm capable of better, but that's the biggest thing for me. If you were to know, if you look at my scorecard, every single time I play, you'll see like these prolonged stretches of pars, and then you see where it falls off, and double, triple, double in a row, and it takes getting out of that before I find it again. So that's the real issue. So when Jason comes on, he says, I've seen Rob play, he's sandbagging. Jason might have seen me on like a really good stretch, but it does get really bad at some points.
Yeah, I mean, I tell my professional golf friends, again, this is from my learning experiences too. It's like, if I'm going to get upset on the course, I'm just going to pretend from now on that I'm paying every other player in the field $20. If there's 100 players in the field, that's a lot of money. Yeah. So that's something that I can control. So don't give that away, right? Like, that's something I can work on and get better at. And now that becomes an edge instead of something that I'm failing at.
Nice. I don't know. Rob's a little bit of a hothead. I don't know if you saw his Twitter today, but he blew up on one of his enemies on Twitter. He was angrily tweeting people. He really pissed some people off today. So I don't know if he can calm down, but it is good advice. It's helped me out.
I would say I'm more of a shit disturber than a hothead. I do live for the drama a little bit. Devs asks, what's in the bag? So what clubs are you playing?
I've currently got a Titleist TSR driver. I've got a QI10, kind of like a 4-wood. It's a 5-wood bent down a couple degrees. I've got a couple, Hitman can attest to this. I've got a 3 and a 4 iron. They're Adams DHYs. They're from 2012. I can't seem to find anything to replace them that's better. I am concerned that they're gonna poop out at some point soon. So I've been messing around with stuff to replace them. I've got PXG 0211 ST blades, and then I've got Vokey wedges, and I'm putting with a Lab Mez putter, which I've been a good putter my whole life, and I've had so many friends tell me, try this putter. I'm like, dude, I don't need to go to that putter. This isn't a plug for Lab either, but really that putter has been nice. I really do like it.
My co-host Johnny on Circles Off has a Lab putter, and we played with him, and he sweared by it beforehand, and he was draining some putts as well. Unreal, Jason.
He was nailing it.
Lab is hot for sure.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Jared, though. So hypothetically, let's say you were to play golf with your boss.
Okay.
And
this is gonna be such a stupid question.
There
are no stupid questions.
No, like
coming from Jason, there are.
No, you could only hit your driver well. Like, I've only ever been able to hit my driver well. I pipe that shit. I can hit it far. But then I got the yips when I started playing with Rob, and I have not been able to hit my driver since. I don't know what I did to change up the swing. I don't know what the fuck happened. I literally have no clue what could possibly be like the reason as to why I cannot hit my driver for the life of me. But here I am to close out the golf season. I haven't been able to hit it since then. So is there like, how do I get out of this? Like,
fair play. I mean, I as a professional golfer, I've been in that situation too, and it's not fun. It's frustrating. There's a few simple little tips. They're more like Band-Aids, but they're tips. They help. For one, try to simplify the thoughts, right? Like, make sure your alignment's good. Make sure you pick a good target. Those are fundamental things that you can have a data point from. I would say this one's helped me a bunch, and a mental coach gave me this, and I need to shout him out later for giving me this, but either sing, like, for tempo purposes, right? Sing the alphabet, but at the same tempo the entire time. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So what happened when I was swinging it really bad, it would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You could hear that. If you do this on the range 10 times, you're going to figure out, oh, wow, I'm jumping at it, or I'm getting fast here, or whatever. And you're going to allow yourself to learn your tempo through the swing. Also, it gives yourself one singular focus to do. So when you're just completely nervous or uncomfortable on the tee, it gives you something really, really good to do.
Okay.
That would be my simple answer.
Okay. I got a mental note that, because like I would take, like, I've never done this before. I would take literal chunks out of the ground with the driver, which is like, so I'm embarrassed to admit this. It's not something I do, but ever since I've played with Rob, and Rob doesn't believe me because he's like, I've seen.
Well,
you
this
play
guy
once.
was talking a big game going in, like, oh, you got to see me hit my driver and whatever.
Yeah, okay.
He was talking a big game, and I didn't see much out of that. And candidly, I haven't played with him again since because he's so bad. I don't want to play with him. It's the real story.
Devs might. Devs might have given the best. Whoops, I exposed myself there. Devs might have given the best answer here. Is I just need to maybe just hang it up. But
Yeah, take 2 weeks off and quit, as they say.
Yeah.
Real quick on that too. Another thing is jaw tension, neck tension, shoulder tension. I found that when I was really uncomfortable, I wasn't aware, but I'd be clinching and tight. So make sure all of that's relaxed and loose too. You know, like decently light grip pressure. Give yourself the best chance, really, right?
Mm-hmm. I definitely don't do any of the right things. So any tips are helpful. I guess kind of like in adjacent to like what you just mentioned here, Raymond asked, how do you warm up pre-round?
Well, it starts before I get to the course for sure. I do it now that I'm getting older. Hitman teases me all the time. He's like, "You're getting older, so you got to work harder," which he's right. He did. I shouldn't say he teases me. He motivates me. So stretching for sure, breath work. The night before, even I'll write like a little bit of a notes. Just on the hotel notepad or whatever. Just some key words for myself. Whether it's breath work, tension, all that stuff. And then when I get to the course, I start with putting first. It typically, my warm-up routine takes about 40 minutes. So I'll hit like 10 putts to nothing, to nowhere, to just on the green, to different distances, just to get my tempo down for the day and see the green speed. And then I'll start with some lag putts, and then I'll slowly get closer. It takes about 20 minutes, and then I'll go to the range, and I'll just slowly work through the bag. I'll hit 5 to 10 lob wedge, sand wedge, 5 to 10 pitching wedge, 9-iron, that sort of thing. Work it up, and then the last 10 shots or so that I hit, I'll hit specific to the golf course. I'll hit the first tee shot. I'll hit maybe what I think a par 3 will be. I'll hit maybe what I think a layup tee shot, like a 3-wood or a 3-iron will be, that sort of thing. But I'll do my full routine. It won't just be like a mindless shot. I would say when I'm warming up, every shot that I hit is a full routine to get myself in the breath work, the target, the balance, everything like that. I think that's really important for someone who, I've kind of gotten anxious on the golf course and that sort of thing. So everything that I can do that's in a rhythm, so to speak, so I'm not uncomfortable, is the best for me.
That's interesting. I just wanted to see this fourth down is unsuccessful for the Saints. Is very looking like the Broncos are going to. It was a shovel pass underneath on 4th and 5 for 3 yards. Like classic Spencer Rattler so far tonight. You talked a lot about like mental side of things and mental preparation, stuff that I've never even honestly. I like, Hitman, are you practicing your breathing before rounds? Like, have you ever heard of this before? I need to get into some of this a little bit more on the mental side of things. Like, did you have a mental coach or anything along those lines?
You asking me or Hitman?
I'm asking you specifically.
we don't want to get into my career.
Well,
we
saw you swing out, Hitman.
Jared's my mental coach. This guy's nice. This guy's so nice.
Several.
Go ahead. Jared comes off like a bad round on like Latin America tour last year or whatever. He texts me and I'm like, yo, I'm in the middle of a round right now. I'm playing like the best 9 of my life. And he just starts focusing on my shit golf game. And so that's how selfless he is with worrying about my shit game. But go on, Jared.
No, I mean, honestly, helping everybody else helps me, right? Because it gives me the reps of the stuff that I need to do as well. But no, I've had several mental coaches and sports psychologists. Most recently, I've been working with Dr. Nick Molinaro, and he's been amazing. Really, really diving deep into changing my brain patterns and my thinking. I mean, I wouldn't be playing golf, honestly, without him. And honestly, on the tour level, right? So like the difference between me and, I wouldn't say Scotty Scheffler, but me and Peter Malnati or somebody like that, right? Yep. Who's won on tour, who's had a successful career. I do believe is mental. We're all good at golf. I mean, Hitman's watched me shoot 62. Like, I've played well in tournaments. I've played in tour events. The difference is how you handle it under pressure and getting those reps and that sort of thing. And it's kind of fun. I am getting older, but as I get older, I keep learning. You know, I've had friends, family, you know, acquaintances, whatever. Oh, you're getting older. Like, when's it time to hang up? And honestly, like that time was probably 5 years ago when I was really struggling, and somehow through friends, family, and just playing golf for the love of it again, instead of playing for money in tournaments, I learned how to enjoy it again. And I keep learning. So as long as I keep learning, I'm not going to quit. Like, if I'm the best player I've ever been, so I'm not going to quit now. And it's thanks to guys like Dr. Nick and other mental coaches I've worked with.
It's cool. That's a good story. Hitman Austin Estime in the game right now.
Audric.
Sorry, my bad. I mispronounced this guy's name about 1,400 times. It's the first time I ever heard of him in my life.
Yeah, I had some overs in Estime, and they weren't super widely available though. So I ended up getting a lot more on McLaughlin, which we saw how that went.
Best group ever. Hack, Shank, Yip. Hilarious. Oh my
Shank
God.
won on tour, I think, last year. And like I was watching CBS and they brought that up. The photo of it.
So they wouldn't do that pairing intentionally on Thursday, Friday throughout the whole year. Even though, you know, several players asked and everything. And Ryan, this was like the second to last event of the year in 2016, I believe. Ryan made like a 20-footer on Saturday afternoon to make that pairing happen on Sunday. And we finished, I think Shank finished 4th, Ryan finished 7th, and I finished 11th that week. So it was like very fitting. We actually all played well.
Amazing. Andrew C says playing with Hitman is building the confidence, which I love.
Dude,
I love this.
Dude, Jared brought me to a few months ago. He was like, yeah, we're going to play wherever. He brings me, he said, we're going to play with some friends of mine. I show up. The worst player there is, we have 8 guys. The worst player there is Scratch. And then you just have me just sticking out like a sore thumb. But Jared will tell you this. They played closest to the pin for money. I said, I'm not in it, but I'll see how I do. 2 out of 4 closest to the pin. Right here.
2 out of the 4 par 3.
Wow.
Jared hits it to 7 feet, 6 feet on the par 3, 3 feet right here. He birdied it, so I didn't get him on the hole. I birdied it too, but I'll take that to my grave. Played with a bunch of mini tour guys. Jared, closest to the pin, twice.
I can't attest to this.
Just fumbled, by the way. Just out of, I mean, I mushed it. I brought him, but four rushes for 30 yards for him, I think, or 5 for 29 now. 5 for 29.
This is just a gross game, huh?
Yes, it is. I've noticed backstage, by the way. So me and Hitman can somewhat play, but there's one person in sports gambling Twitter that I've played with that can really play. And it's Football Channel, but he's also a big fan of golf. So we're gonna bring Chernoff here, Adam Chernoff.
You're overselling it. So let's cool it a little bit there.
Well, there's one of us that hits 300-yard drive. Well, 2 of us if you include Jared, but it's not me and Hitman hitting our 300-yard drives. It's you, Adam.
Well, Hitman's got the back issues.
I hit my first 300-yarder. I hit my first 300-yarder on Tuesday. It was the shortest par 4 on the course. 300 yards, drove to green, sent the photo to Jared immediately. He said, listen, don't get nervous on the green, whatever. I 3-putt it.
I saw the alert. I saw the alert on the green.
Oh, you got the alert saying Hitman?
I got the alert that you were on the green. I did get the alerts. I was thinking you must be playing in altitude or downwind or something like that. I didn't know. Or a combination of both.
It was a beast of a drive. And yeah, I choked.
I love that you guys have these apps that your friends can follow along while you're playing and just sweat it out a little bit with you.
Chernoff's on the same app, but he quit it. He did one round. He registered. He shot really good, so his stats look great on it. They're always the best out of all my friends. And then Chernoff just leaves the app.
No, I'll tell the story here. It requires just full attention to your phone as you're playing golf. And if I get pulled into that and I'm pulled off the course, like forget about it. And so you can't have the best of both there. I don't know how you're doing it nonstop in there. So
he's working on his ability to stay present, over every golf shot when he's, oh man, I'm only 5 over through 13. Like we're gonna break 80, and it's like, all right, let's.
And if you're trying to put in your score and you're getting alert that the hitman is 13 over through 9 holes and he's sending you messages chirping your game, you're like, this is too much.
Just an update here. That's the Barton pick is a pick 6 for the Broncos. So we should have bet. We were considering betting Denver defensive TD at the half, but
I told Chernoff. Remember Chernoff? I said to you, I said the Saints are 32nd easily.
Yeah, with this team.
This team.
No, they are.
He actually roasted you on simple handicap for that. I heard Chernoff say a professional bettor told me that they would rank the Saints 32nd. I don't think I can get there. And he's not a very good looking pro bettor either, is the exact words that he said.
That's the third time that same play has basically happened this game with him, huh?
Yeah. He's not good. He's just
backpedals and panics and doesn't get rid of it. And I mean, I don't know football that much, but it's bad.
Do we got a Chernoff swing?
Well, yeah, I have a bunch in V1, but they're all slow-mo from the coach.
There was one you posted on Twitter for sure that we can get up. We're going to have to dig through some of your media. I'll see if I could find it. I'll see if I could find it. I remember you were at the range and you posted one in slow motion one time, which is actually even better for a swing coach to look at because it's quicker. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
It was probably the one in the net during the winter driver swing.
Maybe.
We
got it. Yeah. I mean, the whole chat saw Hitman swing, and now these guys are blind. They need to see a real swing again before.
11 handicap, and
I know, Hitman, you're better than me. I don't care about how. I don't care about.
I'm an honorable guy too. There's no stroke shaving going on. I think it should be punishable by death. So
what was the biggest change? I heard you talking about the alignment stuff, but like what's got it clicking? Because it's been a big drop.
The alignment stick thing that Jared gave me just really started helping me get my weight, my weight starting to shift forward. It helped a lot when Jared started, when we would play together and he would tell me about listen, before tournaments, I X out this bunker where I'm not going to go after this pin because of a certain bunker in some certain spot and everything. So why are you pin chasing every single shot when someone at my level will just say on this specific shot, I'm hitting it to the center of the green. So just the course management stuff and not expecting too much for myself, I got really good at that. He gave me a pretty sick putting stroke where I'm doing a little bit of a forward press with my putter now, and that's helped me with the putting a lot. I mean, this guy's so nice. I'll send him a message. He was on right before a tournament on the Latin America tour. I was like, dude, when you get back from your tournament, let me know. I need a few bunker tips. I'm unplayable out of the bunker. He's taking a video, sending it to me of bunker play and what to do and everything. So honestly, it helps. It helps playing a shitload in the off season, and it helps literally just having a pro golfer on speed dial just to help me out when I'm inevitably shanking shots.
All right, here we got. I found a Chernoff swing right here, so we're gonna break this one down.
This was at least 2 years ago.
2022.
Well, the whole problem is you're on the wrong side of the ball.
Wow, we got to make it work. I have Latin half the Canadians done this review.
Yeah, half the Canadians play like this. I play at least on the right side, but it is what it is.
I mean, that looks like a pretty spot to hit balls.
Yeah, that was
just finding out that Adam's a lefty.
Did you come across Riley Fleming on your time on the Canadian tour?
That's pure.
That is pure.
Well, it's got a lot better. It was a little bit messy for a while, but
what are we playing to these days, Adam?
I'm down to a 2, but there's now winter scorings in effect. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm a year into full lessons with the pro here, and she's helped a ton.
I mean, there's not much to add to that. That's nice right there.
My biggest shift, my first lesson when I went to her, I'm about 117 with the driver, and I was around 170 ball, but I was
That's
5
nice.
degrees down.
Okay.
And so she got me the 5 degrees up, and it added 45 yards that lesson.
Yeah, that
So
5
I
degrees
was
up's a
hitting
little
at least
extreme,
3
but
less
yeah.
clubs into the greens, like from that point onward. And it got hard because you had to figure out how to play with that, which has been the big challenge.
For sure. No, everything looks stable there, balanced, nice. Like alignment looked good, posture looked good. I like it. So whatever you're doing with her, keep doing that.
What's you've got lessons going? Are you doing it on Skillest, or what's the plan there?
Yeah. I mean, I've been helping a lot of friends like Tom out and some other friends in town. And Tom actually kind of showed me that Skillest was an opportunity for me to maybe help some other people out and maybe help myself out too with some Q school stuff coming up and that sort of thing. So, like I told Tom, I mean, it helps me to help you guys, right? Because I'm just reiterating stuff that I actually use. Like everything I tell Tom, I use. Like it's not just BS that I make up for him. So it does help myself and stay focused and stay present on my game too. So happy to help or share anybody that wants to hop on there or any other platform I can help them on.
Yeah, remember, Jared, I go by Hitman on this stream. Not many people know the real name. So
Sorry,
no,
my
it's
bad.
fine.
My bad.
It's fine.
Chernoff drops a Tom.
Damn it.
Chernoff drops a Tom every now and then.
Chernoff has dropped it on Twitter also.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
Fired.
No, I just wanted to add to that too. Like if anybody does consider the online lessons, like a lot of the reason I wanted to help Jared like get some publicity on this is because of how much he's helped me. And like Jared won't take $1 from me. So I'm just trying to give back to him a little bit by trying to get some publicity about this. I'm not getting any money from Jared for trying to push this and everything, but I would like to say that if you DM me that you purchased like at least one lesson, or if you donated to Jared to help pay for Q school, the price of one lesson, if you don't golf, I would be willing to put you on my prop service for complimentary once the postseason starts. So for my prop service, I do the whole playoffs, the Super Bowl, all Super Bowl props. I put a list of plays that I personally made for the Super Bowl that aren't widely available, but might be at a few shops that you can hopefully make some money on. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there for anybody that's considering doing the lessons or helping donate to Jared. Just my way of trying to give back. And you basically, if you do it, you get you pay the full price on my props and you get Jared's lessons for free, or the other way around. So however you want to view it. So if anybody can help with that, I'd appreciate that.
And I'll also add Hitman's prop service this year going into this week was 47 and 17 plus 28 units going into this week as well. Jared, on our end, so this group of people that watch along, we call ourselves the Nails because we're part of the Hammer Betting Network. So the Nails want to know what we can do to help with funding for you for the season.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not asking for any handout. I'd love to help anybody with any golf. If you don't golf and you know of a friend that you could give a golf lesson to, I think my link to Skillest is somewhere on here, right, Tom? Or Hitman, sorry.
We'll put it in the description below, and we'll also pin it up in the chat here for anyone else.
Sounds good. And then I don't know. It's tough. That's good enough for me. That'd be great. Love to help anybody I can with golf. Like I said, it helps me too. Helps you, helps me, gives me something productive to do, and helps fund some tournaments and some Q school stuff. So
let's make it happen.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it. I know Mark is somewhat joking with this question, by the way, of how do I never top the ball again? But it's actually a serious problem for so many people. Is there like some quick drill that people can do to make sure that they're hitting down on the ball, make sure they get the ball up in the air type of thing?
Yes. A couple really quick off the top of my head. next time you go to the range, I know this sounds silly because it seems counterproductive, but tee an 8-iron up like you would a driver. It's actually just as hard to hit off a high tee as it is off the ground, right? And this is going to promote you actually having to hit a little bit down on the ball. So you're going to have to hit the face square. You can still help it a little bit. So the next drill I'll say is when you're in your posture, you want to try to stay in that the whole time, right? So Tom, mentioned Hitman. I'll get
You're good. Keep it going.
Stuck now.
But think of a race bike tire, right? It's clean, it's straight, right? Well, think of one that gets run over by the minivan. It starts to wobble, right? So when we're in our tilt and in our posture, right? We're staying this way. Hopefully everybody can see me. If you come up and out of it in any sort of way, right? That ruins your low spot on the bottom. It changes everything. So if you can just stay in your posture, and honestly, when you finish your swing, you actually want to be looking at the ball from a slightly tilted angle. You don't want to be straight up and down. So if you can do that, that'll help give your brain a little subconscious guide to stay in your posture.
All right.
That was the hitman move, the hump forward in transition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We've got some
given the final thrust in his swing.
I met Jared at Shadow Creek. He was a caddy there. And
just a little municipal track there in Nevada.
Yeah. And that was actually, Jared knows, that was the night I almost got divorced before I got married. That was my bachelor party. The day I met Jared, we ended up at the strip club at Sapphire. 4 of us spent $18,000. It was a pretty wild night. Hopefully my wife's not listening.
Are we sure we want to put this on tape, Hitman? Like,
right? She knows. I got my balls almost chopped off. But yeah, I met the best part about Jared is my friend Chris, like he planned the whole bachelor party. He would always go up to people like in public whenever we'd be drinking. Be like, do you know who Hitman is? And everyone would say no. And he would just be like, dude, you're a fucking nobody. No, like, and he would just start ripping.
So he switched the names in the strip club, but not on the live stream.
No, he says when we tee off at Shadow Creek, we just met Jared, literally 10 minutes. He's like, hey, Jared, do you know who the Hitman is? He goes, yeah, that's that guy from Gambling Twitter, right? The football bettor. And it was the only person that at that time that said that they knew who I was. Right there. So that's how the relationship got started. I gave Jared a nice fat tip because he got my ego going, helped me out at golf. So
what's harder to teach, technical or on course?
I think technical. On course, if you're a high handicap, 5 to 20 handicapper, I think I can help you improve instantly, right? Just on course management stuff, mental stuff, but technical stuff is a little bit harder because not only do I have to know what I'm doing, I have to actually be able to relay it to you in a way that you understand, right? So the stuff I know is only as good as you can understand. So that's the hardest part, right? So I might have to say something that I know the same way 2 or 3 different times to you to understand it. That's the hardest part about teaching. So I'm learning that. I've been fortunate to be around a bunch of good teaching professionals in my life and learning different ways to kind of give analogies and that sort of thing or tips. I mean, being athletic and not having someone be so locked down with their thoughts on the course is really important.
Are you like for or against the general reel and Instagram and swing tip culture that's dominating all the platforms?
I think there's a lot of great information. I think that you can also just lock down and if you see something and you go try to implement it, there's a really, really good chance you're not actually doing what you're seeing, right? So there's a good saying in golf, feel is not real. Even for me, right? I can have a coach say, just be so aggressive in doing this move and we'll film it, right? And I do it and I think it's just like hideous and it feels ridiculous and it shows it on camera and it's like that much movement. It's crazy. So I think you do need to understand what you're doing, but at the same time, you need to go play and have fun. So if you can Hitman tells me this all the time, 0.0001% better every day, right? Find a way to just get a little bit better. So if that's taking 5 swings in front of the mirror when you're drinking your coffee, or if you go on your tile floor and you see, it's perfect for your feet.
Oh, yeah.
So now, you can look at the wall and it's like, all right, I'm lined up square versus lined up way right. Any of those little bits, I mean, just, they help you get better. They really do. And it's wild. Golf is so silly, but Scotty Scheffler is the best golfer on the planet right now, right? I mean, doing just nasty things. He's got the grip reminder club that he uses every range session. I mean, it's got the molded grip that it's the perfect grip that he uses every session. I mean, that's the most simple thing you could do on the planet, and the best golfer in the world uses it, right? So fundamentals are really, really important. Alignment, posture, grip, tempo, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I saw a lot of stuff this year with Xander Schauffele training with his father as well, which it was just very, very simple technique, even starting with alignment. My feet pointed in this direction where my shoulders are pointed, and it's just like rehearsing that over and over and over without even hitting balls, which is, I mean, I find that stuff personally fascinating, but it's, once you ingrain that stuff, it just becomes natural after.
Jared, I had two quick questions for you. One was, I got to gas you up a little bit. What's your career match play record against Dustin Johnson and Ricky Fowler?
2-0.
Okay.
Oh.
And then my second question, dude, he beat DJ. DJ was 22, out driving him by 80 yards every tee shot, and Jared was 17 and beat him. But number 2 was when you shot the 57. How did you 3-putt from 6 feet on 17 to bogey?
Well, I had a downhill left to righter just outside the cup. Yeah, I hit a great 7. It was a hot day. I hit 7-iron from like 205 to 6 feet. That would have been to go, I guess, 16 under through 17, which would, hit a good putt. I thought I gassed it maybe just a hair, hit the high lip, went about 3 feet by, and I just hit a terrible 3-footer coming back. I mean, just absolute shove, and was so frustrated. I hit a great drive on the last hole. I had like 80 yards, hit it to like 3 feet, and I made that putt, for 57. But yeah, that'll haunt me. I mean, that's
what's going through your head, like 10 to 15, 16. Like, how are you staying present in that?
So, I'd worked on a few things with the sports psych, the week or two leading up. My wife at the time put my Q school on the credit card the night before, and it just gave me this. Yeah, she's like, I believe in you, and it just gave me this sense of confidence. I was leaving for a tournament the next week, and so I shot 57. I shot 60 2 days later, and then I won the Arizona Open the week after that. It was just like this sense of confidence. But to answer your question, I was good. I was fully present and not really nervous until I made about a 40-footer for eagle on 13 to go. I was 14 through 13. And at that point, I was like, wow, I'm probably going to break 60, which is, as a professional golfer, like that's a potentially once in a lifetime chance. The course is very scoreable. It is easy, but you still have to do it, right? Like you still have to make putts. You still have to hit these shots. So at that point, that was the light bulb. Like, oh, wow, I'm in here.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with being 14 through 13, but it's 14 over.
Dude, I was even 3 weeks ago. I was even after 12, and I texted Jared panicking about it.
It's so true, though.
I was like, bro, how do I handle this? What do I do? He gave me a great piece of advice, and I sliced my drive 200 yards to the right out of play and made a triple immediately. And it wasn't his fault. And I did finish with a 78, which after I made the putt to get to 78, I did the Tiger at the Masters, first time breaking 80, going like, the pose I'm talking about with Tiger after the putt.
I could feel his energy via text, like how pumped he was for breaking 80.
Like I said, it's outside of the money I make betting, it's a pretty sad and pathetic life to be the hitman when I'm out on the golf course. But
but it's damn hard to learn how to score and go low over 4.5 hours and stay in it. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard
I've
as
been there
hell.
before too. I mean, when you're on a low score, you put so much additional pressure on yourself down the stretch, right? It's hard not to notice whether you're going back to your cart and your scar, or Adam, in your case, when you're walking the course and you're scoring it, you know what you're at intuitively, or if the round is really good. For me, it's usually if I played the same ball the entire round, I know I'm in a really good spot, because as long as I keep the ball in play, I'll score well. But it's this added element of pressure it's really challenging to get through that a lot of times.
Well, it's the same for you guys with the sports betting and that sort of thing, right? It's like you learn from those mistakes you make more than you do like, oh, I made a really good bet and I got ahead of the closing line, all that stuff. You learn a lot more from the dumb bets you made in your past than you do from the good ones, I would assume. So same with golf, right? Like you learn from those experiences, and as long as you can write them down and say, hey, listen, yes, I screwed up, but let's learn something from it. Then the next time it makes it a little bit easier, a little bit easier, a little bit easier.
Yep, totally agree. Did you already have first stage for Q School?
I leave Saturday morning. I am playing in Abilene, Texas. It starts next Tuesday. I'll send Hitman the link so he can post it out for everybody to follow along. I feel good about the game. I won first stage last year, which got me to play on the Americas Tour this season. The past few weeks, I've played the last 2 PGA Tour pre-qualifiers and Monday qualifiers and played nice rounds, played really stable rounds. So I feel good about my game going into next week. You don't have to play perfect at first stage. You just have to manage well and kind of embrace the pressure. It's one of those things. I've done it for long enough, like I said, right? I've failed enough times where I feel like I can go in there and play freely. I'm not worried about the outcome. I know Tom tells me this a lot. He's like, work your butt off so the tournaments are the fun part. And I'm grateful for him telling me stuff like that, because it's true. If I go work hard, then really there's minimal pressure when I go play these tournaments. Like, all right, stick to the process, see what I can do.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, Jared. Appreciate you joining tonight. Again, for the people who are still watching, link in the description below if you want lessons from Jared. We also have it pinned in the chat as well. Best of luck. Appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Go low.
Thank you for having me, gents. Yep. See you, boys.
No problem. Jared Hack, everyone. Guys, before we wrap up the stream, we have us 3 together. We're gonna get a weekend pick from all of us before signing off. Jayhawk wants a weekend pick. Putting everyone under the gun. I already gave out. Let me look at the current board right now. I won't give out something that I already gave out, which I gave out Carolina, Washington earlier.
Okay,
let's see what. I'll try to make this different.
I'll start. I gave out Seattle on forward progress. My second best bet would have been the Raiders +7.
Okay.
I'll give you guys some time here. I know no one asked for my pick, but Will Levis under completions -114, 18.5. You can find that on FanDuel. Best price in market. If you don't have FanDuel, make sure you use code forward progress when signing up. So that's FanDuel.com/forward progress. That's
what a promo. Wow.
He doesn't do much right, but he is a classic promoter. In another life, he was Jimmy Hart, I think, back with the megaphone back in the day. All right, this is challenging to find something. You know what? I'm gonna piggyback
if you want.
Okay, go for it.
I'll go Dolphins Colts over. Now the way that's shaping up and looking, that 43.5.
All right. I'm going to chase the right angle sports theme, and I'm going to go Chargers, Cardinals. Over.
I like that. I like that play, too.
Good bet.
I like that play.
43.5 still exists at FanDuel -115. I like it. I think MHJ's trending towards playing. We'll see. Still not out of protocol just yet, but either way, I still like it at that number. So 3 bets. So,
yeah, that's a
good swing, Adam. Man, every time I see your swing, I get really jealous again, and I don't want to talk to you. So
the fact that we have not done a round of golf collectively, despite talking about it.
Well, I mean, the chat thinks I shouldn't even show up with them just roasting my swing the entire time. Listen, it's a little unorthodox. I get the job done. I get the job done.
I'm not arguing. What I loved about that whole thing was Hitman came well prepared with my swing and his swing. And he thought that by showing both, the chat was going to be like, oh, Hitman's swing is amazing, better than Rob's. And it didn't go that way. But you know what? You pured that, Hitman. I saw the divot after the ball, straight in line with the target. Beauty. You don't have to have the perfect swing. It just needs to get the job done.
I agree. I would be willing to give that your swing does look technically better. I still have a lot of work to do, but like I said, during the off season, when you play more golf than a professional 5 days a week, now during the season, it's only twice a week, which is more than most people.
Yeah,
when you play as much as I play, you better be able to hit a few good shots. So.
All right.
Yeah, we got to buy like one GoPro, a couple mics on lab.
We'll make the round happen.
It's crazy.
We're
going to talk about, we'll talk about it off air, but something's got to happen this summer.
Yeah.
We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. For everyone who wakes up tomorrow morning, do the same thing I do in the morning. Listen to the Simple Handicap. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you want to do. I mean, candidly, I have to listen because Adam's a competitor of mine in the market, and I kind of need to dig into what he's saying a little bit, but it's actually a really great podcast, quick, informative. Listen to it. I will tell you though, make sure you put the volume down after.
Yeah, I got to fix that. I don't know what's going on the last week or two with that, so that'll be better.
You can hit me up if you need help, Adam.
I would love that.
Don't hit him up. He screws up this stream all the time. He's only going to screw up your podcast as well. Don't hit him up. Don't hit him up. Adam, appreciate you for joining in tonight. Hitman, good to see you again. All the best, guys. Have a good night.
See you guys.
Later, Rob.
All right. That's going to do it for us tonight. Robert clips. Love it. Smash the like button down below if you haven't already. Of course, support Jared if you can. He's not looking for handouts, but listen, if you want to take up golf lessons, guy very obviously knows what he's talking about. Solid player. Make sure you check it out.
Quickly,
Jason, you should really check it out, by the way.
I need him, but maybe we can work up some content piece next summer where it's like me and Jared versus you and Hitman. I think that might be fun. We might have to like test that out or something.
Yeah, where you play a scramble, you just use his ball every time and you guys smoke us by 10 strokes.
Correct.
That is amazing.
That is exactly what I want to do.
Actually love the idea though. Really do love the idea. I wonder if they ever use your ball at one. You probably hit a putt. Like he'll let you putt first once. You know what I'm saying?
The way I putt, I don't think so. Maybe one drive. Who knows?
Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. All right. Appreciate you, Nails. Make sure you check out Fanduel right up here. Fanduel.com/forward progress if you haven't already. Honestly, if you haven't already, I don't actually know what you're doing in life. Seriously. I don't know. I am back personally on Sunday. Sunday morning pizza buffet, 11 a.m. Back here for Sunday Night Football watch along as well. A reminder, Saturday, Hitman is the props guy. Video drops Saturday afternoon. Make sure you're subbed here and you set notifications to the channel as well. You're going to want to watch that as soon as it comes out. It's a very short video, but you're going to get 3 prop plays on most weeks that are pretty solid prop plays. So make sure that you do check it out. Appreciate everyone who tuned in tonight. For myself, Rob Pizzola, all our guests tonight, my producer, Jason Cooper as well. This has been another Thursday Night Football watch along here on Forward Progress, presented by FanDuel. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy your night.